Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning, South Africa. The time now is 6 o'clock on this Thursday, the 18th of November. Welcome to it. It is going to be a jam-packed Thursday on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Jamie Domag, reporting live for duty for this Thursday. And let me tell you, you are in for a treat this morning. We have rapper, songwriter, and recently actor, youngster CPT. He's joining us to perform tracks off his latest collaboration album with producer Shani J, Dreams Don't Pay the Bills. Now, those being the title track, Boichi, and also Flambe. We can't contain our excitement. A very good friend of Expresso, a good friend of mine as well. So all you have to do is sit back, relax. For the next 3 hours, you're going to be informed, entertained, and I know one person who's also very excited to meet Mr. Youngster CPT is Mr. Raldo Mone. Very good morning, Nature Boy. How you doing?
Oh, yes, that's right. Our people are here, Jamie. Of course, I'm so excited for this day. We've got a superstar in the building, amongst other awesome things happening on the show this morning. But first up, let me say good morning to you, you beautiful souls. Thank you for choosing us this morning. My name is Rael Demone, and of course, we're kicking off the show with some exceptional stuff. I've also got a crazy, crazy new sport that I'm going to be showing you guys later in the show. And that's why we're asking you this question this morning on social media. Because if you were a doubles tennis player, if you were playing doubles in tennis, who would be your champion tennis partner? A list of names are coming through my head. I'm thinking of the Venus and Serena Williams sisters. I'm thinking of Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi. I'm old school like that. But I think if I had to make a choice, it would be Gael Monfils, otherwise known as Slider Man. The guy is such an exceptional raw talent on the field, on the pitch, on the turf, on the court. Wherever you play with this guy, it's such an exceptional opportunity to just see performance at its finest. But you guys come through. Let us know on our social media channels. We want to find out who your doubles champion would be. And of course, it's in theme with what's happening later in the show, which you do not want to miss out. So get your grub, get ready, because it's about to go down.
Thank you so much, Mr. Demone. Let's get you up to speed with what's happening in and around the world, starting with those national news headlines. President Cyril Ramaphosa has submitted a list of 4 candidates for consideration of the position of Chief Justice of South Africa to the Judicial Service Commission and leaders of parties represented in the National Assembly. In September, Ramaphosa invited public nominations for the position of Chief Justice when Chief Justice Mogoeng retired. The 4 candidates are Judge of the Constitutional Court, Mbuyiseli Madlanga, President of the Supreme Court of Appeal, Judge Mandisa Maya, Judge President of the Gauteng Division of the High Court, Dunstan Mlambo, and Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. Then staying with your local news, Kimberley police have raided an illegal drug lab and seized drugs worth about R1 million. A 43-year-old man was also arrested. He will be charged with trafficking in and manufacturing drugs. Provincial police spokesperson Sergio Cox said equipment and chemicals to manufacture cocaine, tik and cat, among others, were found on the premises. Then looking to news on the international front, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has arrived in Nairobi, Kenya, his first stop on a 3-nation Africa tour. Blinken will visit 3 of the continent's major players, Kenya, Nigeria and Senegal. Climate change and security in Ethiopia, Sudan and the Sahel are set to top the agenda of his talks. Blinken's first trip to Africa follows shortly after the COP26 climate talks in Glasgow, Scotland, where poorer nations called on wealthy governments to do more to help them combat climate change. And then authorities in the Indian capital of Delhi have shut all schools and colleges indefinitely amid the worsening levels of air pollution. A toxic haze has smothered the city since the festival of Diwali. Construction work has also been banned until Sunday. But an exception has been made for transport and defense-related projects. Only 5 of the 11 coal-based power plants in the city have been allowed to operate. Delhi is the world's most polluted capital. And then high honor for a group of brave women. South Africa's first all-female firefighting team, known as the Juliet Crew, has won silver in the Eco-Logic Awards. The brave group of women secured their win in the Eco Warrior category for their efforts in battling the wildfires of Cape Town. The Eco-Logic Awards is a ceremony that celebrates the ecological contributions of individuals, companies and organizations that have actively participated in projects to create a more sustainable Earth. The ceremony identifies and also acknowledges the efforts of members of society by distributing awards across 12 environmental categories. This year, the Juliet Crew was selected for their heroic efforts in fighting the blazes that ravaged Cape Town's Table Mountain in April. The resilient group of ladies worked tirelessly to contain the flames and save lives. Now, this phenomenal group comprises women from previously disadvantaged backgrounds who defied their circumstances and strive towards excellence. They are a fearless representation of the female spirit and continue to inspire change in women around the globe year. And that is the note that I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. I will be back on the top of the hour, while Raul de Mornay is standing by with a first look at the sports.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Now to take a look at the sport this morning, starting with the soccer, some dubious news when it comes to the soccer fronts, where SAFA yesterday said they have evidence that the World Cup qualifier between Bafana and Ghana was fixed and that the outcome was manipulated by betting syndicates. Now, South Africa lost the match 1-0 after a dubious penalty call and as a result missed out on the next round of qualification. Now, former FIFA referee and PSL general manager Ace Ngobo said they have established a pattern of bias against Bafana, with only 37% of the ref's decisions in the first half being correct. Now, FIFA have confirmed that they have received the complaints. And now moving over to rugby news, where Springbok coach Jacques Nienaber confirmed that Spoon Kosi and Apelile Fasi have been released from the touring squad to join the Sharks. Now, both outside backs were members of the national squad throughout the international season, but with neither player being involved in Saturday's season-ending test against England at Twickenham, the Springboks have agreed to release them for United Rugby Championship duty. Now, Fasi made his test debut against Georgia in July and earned his second test cap against Argentina in the Rugby Championship, scoring a try in each of these matches. And Nkosi, who boasts 16 test caps, proved to be a key member of the team in the Rugby Championship, facing Argentina, Australia, as well as New Zealand. And now in news in the cricket side of things, Usman Khawaja has been recalled to the Australia squad for the first 2 Ashes test matches against England in December. Now, Khawaja has not played test cricket since August 2019, when Australia retained the Ashes with a 2-2 draw in England. Now, Tim Payne will captain the side that is also including 2 debutants in leg spinner Mitchell Swepson and seamer Mikel Nesser. Now, the first test is in Brisbane on 8th of December before a day-night match which is to take place in Adelaide on the 16th of December. And now last up in our news of sport, tennis news, where Roger Federer will miss the Australian Open in January and is unlikely to return to competition until mid-2022 as he recovers from multiple knee surgeries. Now, Federer was speaking to Swiss media when he added that he would be, and I quote, extremely surprised, unquote, if he was able to play at Wimbledon and a Grand Slam, which he has won a record 8 times. Now, Federer had 2 knee operations in 2020 that kept him out of action for more than a year and returned to action in March, but only played 13 matches this year. Now, that's a round of the sport this morning. It's time to take a look at the weather. I will be back in the hour to fill you in on the rest of it, but for now, here's Jamie Lee Domberg with all those beautiful sunrise pictures and more.
Thank you so much, Mr. De Mornay, for that sports update. Time to have a look at the international weather front. Now, the first seasonal rain in Australia has fallen, and this is the sign for tens of millions, well, 50 million to be precise, of red crabs on Christmas Island down under to start the epic annual mass migration from the forest to the coast to spawn. Now, the crabs indigenous to the island are currently swarming across roads and bridges, halting traffic. This happens every year at the beginning of the rainy season and usually takes place in October and November, when the crabs increase activity and travel to the coast for spawning. Their timing is linked to the phase of the moon. Males reach the shore first and then they dig burrows, and when the females arrive, they mate in these burrows. Afterwards, the males return to the forest while the females remain another fortnight. They release their eggs in the water, and at the turn of high tide in the last quarter of the moon and then head back to the forest. And of course, we move from crowd travels down under to travels around our shores as we explore the beautiful landscapes in South Africa through your lenses. Now, Anthea Kruger kicks us off this morning with this warm hued image as the sun begins to rise in the distance. Absolutely stunning. And then another longtime fan and friend of the show, Nick Lombard, has shared yet another stunning shot from his area of the Northern Cape, showing off this multicolored sky filled with hues of oranges and reds. Keep them coming. We absolutely love seeing how you start your day on this Thursday. But right now, here's a first look at the temperatures for this beautiful day. For you, Polokwane, it is a low of 15 that will peak at 31. If you do find yourself in Umbombela, do expect a range of 14 to 35. Pretoria, thunder showers are coming your way with a minimum of 17 and a maximum of 32, as well as Johannesburg can be seen with a low of 15 and a high of 30. Mahikeng, for you, it is a low of 13 that will peak at 35. For you, Klerksdorp, it is a low of 12, peaking at 34. Kimberley, if you're out and about, do expect a range of 10 to 27. Bloemfontein, for you, it is 8 to 27. Richards Bay ranges from 17 to 26, as well as Pietermaritzburg do expect a 70% chance of rain today with a low of 11 and a high of 23. Durban, for you, it is going to be very windy today, but do hold on to your hats. But your low is 17 to a high of 25. Mthatha, 7-19. East London ranges from 12 to 18. And then Craddock, for you, it is a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 19. Gqeberha, for you, 12-20. George ranges from 10 to 18. The mother city can be found with a low of 17 and a high of 19. Worcester, it is 7-23. Sutherland, 3-20. And last but definitely not least, Uppington reaches a low of 14, peaking at 28. Lots of beautiful things coming your way for this Thursday. We also have youngster CPT that is going to be performing just for us, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, this is your feel-good breakfast show on S3. We've been hyping up all morning, and our performer is finally here for the day. The prolific Mother City rapper and songwriter, also actor, may I add, youngster CPT is brimming with talent, so he sure knows when he sees it. After coming across beats by producer Shani J, he knew he had found someone who could blow the industry wide open. Fast forward to today, when they have released their collaboration album, Dreams Don't Pay Bills. Let's hear some of the lead single featuring vocalist Nashifa called Flambe.
You'll always be my flame, bae, 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 bae. How you light my flame, 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 flame. I think about you all day, 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 day. And I really can't wait, wait, wait to be with you again. What you say?
I'll be holding you down, never messing around. You know that I love you, baby. You're the king of the town. I'ma give you the crown. No one above you, baby. I'll be holding you down.
Just a sneak peek, everybody. Youngster CPT, Shady J is in the building. Can we give it a I've actually never seen artists sit on the couch and be their own hype person, and I love that for you guys. You guys are just jamming along, and I love that.
No, it's a great feeling for me to see this man get his shine and his props. And I mean, I know he actually told me once upon a time, you know, he was at home sitting in the morning watching TV and he watched Expresso, and I was performing.
That's when I became a young CPT fan, actually.
Now look at that. Look how the world comes full circle. He's on the couch now.
This is a full circle moment for myself as well, because you and I go way back.
Indeed.
I mean, listen, you and your team gave me my first hustling job. I used to be your hype person, be like, hey guys, can I open for Youngster?
That's true.
Fast forward now, we're all sitting here. It has been such a moment, a full circle moment for each and every one of us. But I mean, it's been 3 years since you released your debut album. What have you been up to? I mean, besides just being everywhere, blowing up on international stages as well. So, yeah.
I mean, aside from the music and the merchandise that we've been doing, you know, going deep into the YG apparel, dabbled in a little bit of acting as well, you know, Netflix season 2, Blood and Water, but just figuring out how to maneuver and navigate through these kinds of times, man, especially for humanity, for society, and for artists alike, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of our bread and butter got taken away, you know, so we had to come up with new, innovative ways to kind of stay afloat, you know? So I was just trying to basically figure out my next move for the coming years. You know, we have to work ahead also, but at the same time, the way the world is now, it's like we can't also make certain moves because it's risky now at the moment, you know, to roll that dice. But, yeah, I mean, just, you know, surviving. Basically, I've been doing, but I'm alive, I'm well, I'm happy, I'm grateful and thankful. And this man, you know, he came into my life at a good time. I needed someone like this around me, and he provided that backdrop I needed to paint my canvas, you know.
I love it. And you have the best mentor in this space, because I mean, you came from the hustle and now you're doing the same. What does this collaboration feel like, being able to work with someone that you've always looked up to in this space?
I mean, I've seen it before, and like, I still can't believe it, actually. It was like Yang said before, like, it was probably back in like 2015, I think. My mother was so like, just come see quickly. And Yang was performing West Cup, and since that moment, I was like, you know what? I'll make a song with him one day. Fast forward a few years later, and here we did a whole collaboration tape and things. So it was like...
And I met his mother, and she told me, can we just wave at your mommy quickly? Can we just give her a shout out?
Just wave at mommy. Hi, mommy.
Peace out, baby.
And she told you that. She told you that.
She told me the exact story. Expresso, West Cup, 2015. Shani walks into the lounge. She says, hey, come look at this guy. He's rapping. I know you're into music and stuff. Maybe you can work with. And he tells his mother confidently. He says, yeah, don't worry. One day I'm gonna make music with him.
And we made 16 songs.
16
Power
songs.
of manifesting. Speaking about the 16 songs, dreams don't pay bills, hitting us with lyrics as always. But you're encouraging people to hustle harder, put in the work. Why is it always so important that every single song that you create has this important message behind it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we must live with purpose, just as human beings. And aside from that, also the creativity has influence over people, man. You know, if I say, you know, everybody put your hands up in the air and wave them like you just don't care, the chances are they're probably gonna do it.
We gonna do it.
So I figure if somebody has that kind of power, you know, if somebody has that kind of ability, then one should always, you know, nurture it and take care of it. So just with the title like Dreams Don't Pay Bills, I just wanted the fans to understand also from an artist's perspective that, yo, even though you guys see me on this level and this platform and whatever, like, understand I'm also just an ordinary person like you know, I also got rent to pay, I also got family to take care of, and my dreams is not going to do that unless I get out of bed, you know, so that's all I wanted to say.
Just listening to you, I even want to ask, how's your mommy doing? Like, I haven't seen your mommy in a while.
I love you, mama. I love you.
We love you, mommy. We love you.
Always.
Well, Shani J, I mean, you just got into the industry with obviously the best person you could ever get into the industry with. Where to from here?
I definitely want to keep working with like a lot of different artists, and definitely hopefully one day get Grammy nominated as well. Maar nee, doe shot plan, babe. You still say to the Grammys from here.
Speak it into existence, Shani J. Speak into existence, baby. You did it.
Power of existence, indeed.
No doubt.
Youngster CBT, Shani J, I'm sure Mzansi is excited. Your mama is excited,
Hey,
everybody.
let's make them proud. Let's
Three
make them proud.
exclusive performances coming your way here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You don't want to miss it.
Oh, so exciting to have these legends out here in the house this morning. Of course, they're going to be entertaining us throughout the day. So don't go anywhere ever, until the show's done. Now, we've got so much good mood coming through. And of course, today's good mood is sponsored by coffee. No matter how many cups of 2-0 coffee I've had, I'm still absolutely impressed by the technology that enables this espresso machine to produce such incredible coffee, no matter what the cup size. And speaking of cup sizes, the Vertuo makes 5 different cup sizes, including the carafe, otherwise known as the G glass or the G carafe, because he loves that so much. And it does this with its incredible centrifusion technology. Now, while I get into this, I want to invite my esteemed co-presenter, looking so glamorous.
Wait, I'm not ready, guys. We have Youngster CPT.
How crazy? Hey?
What? What? I need coffee. I do
I
need
think it's
coffee.
so much cooler for you as well. That full circle moment I had no idea about. It's insane. It's incredible. And I feel like it's only the beginning, Jamie.
It's as cool as this machine right now. Now,
Yeah.
of course, we know that the tech actually reads a unique barcode on each capsule and then adjusts the extraction process to regulate the flow and volume of water, as well as the temperature, infusion time, and even the speed of the capsule rotation, which is
I
mind-blowing.
know, it's insane. It literally spins the capsule up to 4,000 rotations per minute, right? Now, this is what's blending that ground coffee with water. It produces that perfect crema that you see every time and allows you to enjoy your favorite long coffee or your authentic espresso. And just like Jamie has done now, the fact that it's just one touch of a button, I don't get over this because I'm so used to the older machine as well, which I love. It's insane. It has incredible options, but this is just like ease of use, convenience. Yeah, man.
And I know one thing that is definitely a selling point for you is that,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm sure, Mzansi, I don't know if you know this, that
yeah.
the machine is actually made from more than 50% recycled plastic. Wow.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Nature boy loving life out here. Now, there's 2 ways to make the Vertuo. There's another option that you can do, which I'll probably make on the second cup, which is kind of like a reverso method. So instead of putting the coffee in first and then the milk, and obviously look at that crema already. It's so good.
You don't know the rules, right? So when the machine is on, no one's supposed to speak, but just because I love you, I'm allowing you to speak. But normally, just like seeing that crema come out, the sound that the Vertuo machine makes, it's like music to my ears first thing in the morning.
It's kind of like your morning anthem to get you hyped up. It's like you're like silent and stuff, push that button, and it's just like, yeah, those spins and the shoulders stuff moving.
Is that your morning sound?
That's my morning jiggle, man.
I'm a very peaceful morning person, so mine is very like, like very operatic.
Celestial.
Operatic.
I love that. Of course, what we're busy with here is the 230 ml. It's the mug, and that's the cup size. And look at the size of the coffee. We haven't put milk in. We haven't even done the reverso method, but yet you're getting such a big bang for your buck. And I think anybody that's a coffee lover can have a long conversation with their friend with this one. It doesn't have to be a quick one.
Can you keep quiet for about 5 seconds?
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Fine. Shh. Wetness.
That is perfection. So we obviously have the Guatemalan Robusta for its cereal notes, the Mexican Arabicas for their smooth and subtle aromatics, and then we also have the split roast, which is the Robusta long roast for bold and bitter notes, Arabica for the short dark roast to bring out the brown sugar aromas, and it is absolute perfection. So again, intense coffee with a thick crema, as you can see, that beautiful layers that's coming here. Perfect with a dash of cold milk if you wanted to, just add that, and then you can pour it as a reverso, as Raul said, and stir it for a luxuriously intense coffee. But I like it just like this.
Okay, fine. I'm jealous. I'm making my own one. That's enough of that.
Go for it. You get to work, I get to play, I get to just enjoy this moment for a bit longer.
Enjoy.
Nespresso New Vertuo, with a single touch and innovative technology for a generous crema and unique moments to share. Vertuo, standards are meant to be broken. Nespresso, what else?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Here's the bottom line. South Africa needs ethical business leaders. And for the economy to grow and communities to prosper, we need leaders equipped with a solid foundation and who are ready to put their knowledge and their experience into practice. Now, Millpark Business School is developing these types of leaders through their Masters of Business, their MBA program. And we are joined by Millpark Business School's Dean, Kobus Oosthuizen, and Senior Lecturer, Nazmira Sayed, to tell us more about what sounds like a very exciting MBA program that they offer and how it benefits their students, the organizations they work for, and I suppose the broader community at large. So very good morning, first of all, to both of you. So great to be connecting with you this morning.
Good morning, Graham. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you for having us.
Really great to be connecting with you about something that is, I think, vitally important when we look at the South African business landscape at the moment. Kobus, I'm going to start with you. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about the vision of Millpark's Business School and how it sets the institution apart in your mind.
Thank you, Graham. Now, so the old truth suggests that to lead, leaders must have foresight, they must lead by example, they must motivate and inspire on a moral basis, through aspiration as well as recognition and reward. Now, it's this wise, considered, ethical leadership that seems to be in short supply today, and this is where Millpark Business School steps up to the plate to fill the gap. We aim to provide quality scholarship in response to the profoundly changing socioeconomic landscape and the world of work, firmly grounded in the principles of ethical and sustainable business practices. So, in other words, Graham, emphasizing not only the development of great business leaders, but leadership for the common good. And setting us apart is that we boast the only international AMBER-accredited online MBA in Africa, which puts us in the top 2% of global business schools in over 70 countries, Graham.
Wow, so the differentiation is there, and I love the fact that you have honed in on this notion that we'll only get there if we get there together. We need to see the bigger picture and start acting collectively. Nazmira, I'm going to turn to you now. What I love, the MBA module called Social Responsibility. It's quite unique, but for me, something that is so exciting, the new frontier, if you will, in South Africa. Tell us why Millpark included this module within your MBA program.
With this module, Millpark Business School believes that we produce graduates and future leaders who drive sustainability for a better society. Now, this is in keeping with Millpark's education philosophy of community outreach, community engagement, and social responsibilities as part of drivers of social, environmental, and economic sustainability. As part of their assessments, our students are expected to engage in a corporate social responsibility project where they choose a listed company on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and a suitable corresponding charity to determine whether there's an alignment between the charity and the organization. And based on various assessment criteria, Millpark awards a monetary contribution to the deserving charity. We also encourage our students to continuously engage with the charities and, if possible, provide consultation that can assist the charity organizations on an ongoing basis. After the completion of this module, students have expressed the fundamental upliftment that they experience from a humanity perspective after interacting with the charities. For us, that was indicative that we are actually adding value by having this module on the program.
Now, Kobus, I'm going to round off with you. The MBA you offer is obviously via online learning. So how does the online program work, and what are the benefits for students?
The primary benefit, against the backdrop of the times we find ourselves in, increasing strains on time, geographical spread of students, is accessibility to and flexibility of an internationally accredited MBA. The online MBA can be done from anywhere, anytime. The high engagement model, based on a lecturer to student ratio of 1 to 25, and the modules are structured into 5 sessions spanning 2 weeks each, that's 10 weeks in total. And in the 10-week period, students participate in online discussions like what contact students would experience in a physical classroom. Students use their own experience to contribute to and debate in these sessions. And in addition to that, Live online sessions are scheduled to give the students the opportunity to interact with each other and the lecturer. Each session is recorded and uploaded to assist students who may want to re-watch the session or could not attend the session. And of course, we also boast excellent utilization of technology to enable easy online registration, administrative processes, academic support, and tutor support.
I love it. You've got me thinking about doing an MBA. I love the fact that the people that you are helping to mold here can be an active part of the economy while they are studying and engaging with you. I love the fact that you give them the support, but I love the bigger picture here. I love the fact that we are pushing towards a greater good. Thank you so much to both of you. This has really been an eye-opener this morning. Go and have an amazing day.
Thank you so much, Graham. Take care.
Thank you, Graham.
South Africa, our economy needs ethical leaders. That's the bottom line. We need people who are going to confidently lead organizations with purpose and strategic intent. And right now, it is very reassuring to know that there is an educational institution like Mill Park Business School where the students and the alumni will be generators of sustainable values for businesses and society at large for an inclusive and sustainable economy for our country, this continent, and I suppose the world at large. This is amazing.
Oh, thank you for that conversation, G-Man. Now, speaking of education, the school year, as we know, is coming to a close. Beach weather has arrived. Nature Boy, you happy about that?
Yes, please.
Kudos are out, everybody. And scholars also getting antsy. But for parents, these last few weeks before the summer holiday can feel like one big marathon. You're trying to juggle responsibilities. We know the struggle all too well. Now, we are here to help keep at least one thing quick and convenient, which I always say, it's mealtime, baby.
Mealtime.
Feel it.
Now, Simply Chicken are giving you the chance to win an instant Vortex air fryer every week, and that's over the next few weeks. Now, to stand a chance to be this week's lucky winner, simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page, and tell us hashtag. Use this hashtag, your hashtag Real Mom Festive Holiday Season Stories.
Now get this, you'll also stand a chance to tell your story on Expresso and be automatically entered into the draw for the grand prize of, wait for it, 10,000 Rand. Everybody, it could be yours. And don't forget to include that hashtag, like Mr. Rao said, hashtag Real Mom in your answer. The competition closes at midday tomorrow. That is Friday, the 19th of November. And those T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
What a time to be a baby. Why? Because from the 15th to the 19th of November on Expresso, we're giving away 3 Epimax baby and junior hampers worth 2,500 Rand each every day. That's 1,000 Rand's worth of Epimax products plus 1,500 Rand cash in every prize. Oh yes. To enter, reply to the daily competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram page. Answer the question and include hashtag the Epimax Life in your answer. Competition closes this Friday, the 19th November 2021. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
Yes, welcome back, you beautiful souls. It's time to talk more about the belly-filling good stuff that we have on the show, and this is a show that you should definitely be watching. Now, last night, the country met Paula Mainstow. Now, her day job is in the office as an architectural designer. She's also at the architectural firm, but by night, she throws herself into her hobby of interactive cooking with like-minded people. Now, she took home first place in the Peas round of Mzansi's newest cooking reality competition, Color Your Plate with Koo, and now she has put herself in the running for a new job as she's also the country's next cooking celebrity. Now let's take a look at what went down.
Contestants, once again, congratulations. Under the cloche is the winning dish.
And the winning plate is... Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nerves coming back, are you feeling that? It's always so intense out there, but let's give a warm welcome, of course. It's so good to have you in the studio.
Thank
How are you
you.
doing this morning?
I'm doing well, considering we had load shedding first thing this morning, so I've had to get dressed and do my makeup in the dark. So.
Welcome to South Africa. I think we're all getting used to the chaos that we're living in. But look, it's crazy to see you on a show like this because you're actually in architecture. You've been doing that for 16 years, working at a firm. How has life changed, obviously juggling through this space, navigating through the architectural realm, and now becoming somewhat of a potential celebrity chef? I mean, what's that been like?
Scary, but exciting.
Yeah.
I juggle a lot of things at one time. So, yeah, I work in the architectural firm during the day, and then in the evenings I cook. But I love it. It's a passion, so it comes easily.
Now, I did ask you this off camera, but I'm going to put you on the spot now.
Okay.
You got to choose. Which one are you more passionate about? Is it architecture, cooking, or is it both?
Everyone,
and your boss is watching. Be careful.
I know. I've been there for 16 years, so must enjoy working there and working with him. But my passion really lies in cooking and food and wine and the whole mix of it together. So, yeah, that's where my heart.
When all the good things come together.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about the competition now. I mean, you obviously enjoy clearly cooking with Koo, but why did you decide to enter the competition?
During the first lockdown, the hard lockdown, there was nothing to do except be at home and cook.
I remember actually everyone was starting to make banana bread. That was like the standard COVID meal, yeah.
But I was entering food competitions and experimenting with recipes and developing new recipes using certain products and winning quite a lot of competitions. So when the Koo competition came about, it really attracted me because also of the entry into the competition on TV.
Yeah.
So that's what really plugged it for me.
And you definitely knew you had something more to give than just cooking at home, of course. Well, let's talk about last night because there was a lot of suspense, a lot of craziness that happened in the episode. You started off with the intention to cook a meal using, I believe it was peas was the hero ingredient there. But you kind of chose the wrong rice, and it seemed like it was tragedy. This seemed like this was the end of the episode for you, but no, you did not give up. You refused, and you made a hustle, and you created something awesome, which put you into the final position. What was that moment like for you? I mean, it definitely could feel like this is the end. Let me just enjoy it. What made you and what forced you to turn that thing around and I'm not giving up on this?
Just I'm a very determined person and my love for cooking, and I just wanted to present a beautiful plate for the judges and something that was really tasty and unique and different. And then I thought, let's use the pilchards in the crust, in the topping of the fish. So, yeah, I just wanted to make myself proud of my dish and then proud of my dish too.
I think you definitely can be proud of yourself. I mean, in a situation like that, it's high pressure, having to think on your toes, still then delivering something exceptional that gets you into the final round. I'm of the opinion, though, that this is something that can put you right through to the final to win the competition. How are you feeling about it, though? I mean, there's big stuff coming up here. I mean, you're up against some big competition as well from what we've seen throughout the last weeks. You're going to need to bring your A game and more. How are you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I do know that there's a lot of fantastic cooks out there, probably much better than myself. But I've got to believe in myself and be strong, and I think I will get through.
I got a feeling about you. Definitely believing in ourselves now. Congrats again to Paula. You're obviously joining previous winners JP, Chantal, Nadia, and Zandile in the finale. And the Mother City has more representation in the competition. Now, the question to you is which city will be sent to the finale next week? And be sure to keep watching Colour Your Plate with Koo every Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. on SABC 2, with repeats on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. to find out who else will be in the running against JP, Chantal, Nadia, Zandile, and of course Paula to become South Africa's next cooking celebrity. To you, I wish you nothing but the best of luck. We'll be catching you on the show.
Thank you.
Enjoy the cooking.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Well, the grass is always greener on the other side. You know why? Because they have beautiful snacks for a picnic. Now, we are going to be making that snack right now. It's called focaccia.
Nice.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
I was trying not to mess it up. Focaccia, we're making a focaccia today. And of course, Ashley is here to show us how it's done with some elite cheeses to be stuffed in the focaccia. And I want to say it the whole time now because I know how to say it, everybody. Focaccia, focaccia.
Nice. I was wondering why you were saying it so much.
Then it's gonna stick.
You know, Graham's given me a new name, eh?
What?
Mavis.
Mavis?
Yeah. That's my new name.
I do not see a Mavis.
Because he said I resemble an old lady. So I was like, I know.
He's a hater.
I know.
He's a hater. It's all good. But you're going to be making this for us. I love this. I didn't know how to pronounce it, but I knew that I loved it. Focaccia.
Keep saying it.
Because have you ever had it with balsamic and some olive oil and you just dip it in and you just eat it and it's usually like a starter before your main meals? It's just beautiful. Perfect for picnic, perfect for warmer days. It's obviously coming around right now. So I will just pack this in a picnic basket and just Bob's your uncle.
Would you feed it to Luca?
I would. Why would I not? Everything I eat, if it's good for me, it's good for Luca. And I can get away with putting some spinach in there.
You can hide the veggies in there. It's
not
great.
hiding the veggies. We're saying, hey, there's spinach in there. Eat it. And
does he just like openly eat it?
if I eat it, he'll eat anything. So that's
what a good boy.
Oh,
great son.
Sometimes he'll be like, nope, nope.
No, Mum.
Okay, what are you doing now?
Okay, so we don't have enough time to do this correctly, but when you're at home, you would take some lukewarm water. To taste lukewarm, you stick your finger in it, and if you feel no water, that means it's the same temperature as your body, so you're good. You go with that. Then you bloom your yeast in it, and we have some sugar, and the sugar helps feed the yeast. I feel like I say this conversation every time I come here.
But we need to hear it every single time.
Okay. And then you make a well in the center of your flour and your salt.
That doesn't look like a well, that looks like a river, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you add the water and you add some olive oil. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second.
Some olive oil.
And it's quite a wet dough.
Nice and just moist because you want it to be nice and yummy, and when you break it open and that cheese comes out and it's moist. You're moisting.
Moist. Okay, so then you just combine it. And Jamie, while you're there, can you please slice some tomato?
Sliced. I can do that for you, girl. You know I got you.
Tomatoes are my least favorite vegetables.
Why?
I like cooked in things, they're great, but like there's something about a big tomato, I don't know. It's odd.
Some good cheese, again, balsamic vinegar, tomato. You're sleeping on tomato, girl.
Am I?
Yeah. Grilled tomato.
Another thing that I see a lot of people do is they take shea butter and then they use a piece of garlic. You like scrape the garlic on it, and then you just take slices of slices of tomato on it. Okay, so you would want to knead this, but it's a very wet dough.
Makes me so excited.
Doesn't it just?
Food makes me so excited.
Okay, so I'm just gonna knead that with one hand for now, and then leave it there.
Oh, look at her.
Thank you.
Just kneading with one hand, everybody. That's how you do it.
No.
This haircut is changing you, hey? Now you're not even going back to cooking skills and your techniques. You're just trying to change things up here.
No, we have to get to the actual other part, you know?
The stuffing. Stuffing. And of course, we're going to be pairing it with 100% crushed juice because it's just a beautiful pair together. When your picnic basket is out, when it's summer's day, it's all about refreshing, that kind of thing. And of course, with 100% goodness from Crush, you get 100% fruity, tasty goodness in every single sip. Now, the stuffed focaccia recipe can be made ahead and then simply cut into pieces to pack your picnic basket, like I said, for when you do need it, when you are going out and about. But it also makes for the perfect meal to have some family fun in the sun, and everyone can just get their hands in there. Can you just imagine it? Like you and your friends chilling.
You have to slice it, actually. Like, if we take the full one and just slice it like that across.
Yes.
That would be lit.
Don't forget your crush, and also don't forget the balsamic and the olive oil.
Yes.
Top tip.
You and your balsamic.
From Ashley, Mavis, Michaela.
Yeah. That's a great name.
We're going to have to speak to G about that name. I'm not feeling that, Mavis. Okay, for the stuffing.
So then we flatten it out into a rectangle, and we're going to fill it with some spinach.
Spinach. Love some spinach.
Some malted spinach. So you can either do it the way I'm going to do it, which is the lazy person way, and you only fill half of it. So we're going to...
Lazy. It's just maybe making for smaller people, like a smaller group of people. You'll only do the one side. And then some red.
Some roasted red peppers.
Got it.
I do like some roasted red peppers.
Could you roast the tomatoes as well?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roasted tomatoes are better. Go with that, folks.
But also if you want that crunchy element to it and you want to keep the vibrancy of the tomato, you could leave it like that. Don't judge my tomato. Anyway, so obviously we are adding some cheese. That's also the hero of the dish over here. So when you open it up, it just oozes all that cheese. Some salt and pepper.
This is my right hand. It's not the...
Take my right hand!
Clearly, it's not the strong hand.
Not the strong hand.
Yeah.
And then some pepper.
Thank you.
Fold it up.
And then, instead of slicing it in half, I just give it like a good old fold.
Boom. And then for how long does that go into the oven?
180 degrees until golden brown and crisp. But what you want to do is then seal the edges.
Gotta seal it, gotta seal it.
And then just make a few indents in the center.
Whether this is a snack or it is a meal, expressoshow.com is where you can get your hands on this recipe. It is beautiful. Thank you so much, Ashley, Mavis, Michaela, for this recipe.
Yes, bring the family. 100%. Your cousin's coming over. Get the crush and I'll get the ice. The whole family.
More Crush Milk, 100% refreshing, 100% goodness.
Made with love by Clover.
Golden Cloud and Beacon are on the search for South Africa's best baking duo this holiday season. So grab your son, daughter, grandchild, nephew or niece and start creating in the kitchen. To enter, look out for our weekly holiday baking inspiration on air and on our social pages. Then create your own special bake with Golden Cloud and Beacon treats. Take a picture and share it on the Golden Baker Search Junior Edition competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages or on our website using the hashtag Golden Baker Search, and tell us why you are SA's best baking duo. You could be one of the 5 finalists competing on TV for the grand prize worth 35,000 Rand. Let's create together with the Golden Baker Search Junior Edition on Expresso Morning Show, brought to you by Golden Cloud and Beacon. Entries close on the 18th of December. 5 finalists, 1 winning duo to be crowned live on Expresso.
Yes, we want you to follow that colour. Wherever you see that colour, go straight there because there are some insane deals happening right now. Never mind Black Friday. All November. It's no secret that life can be expensive. We know that. And we can all agree that R5 won't get you far now. Back in my day, I mean, you could get like...
What? What could you get?
For a day. Well, you break it up. It would always start with chappies. You know, you could break it up. You could get a lot.
A packet of chips even.
Yeah, not anymore. Ain't gonna happen. Well, Game is bringing you even more unbeatable deals this Black November. And we are taking R5 deals into the focus now. And available for the next 5 days, you can pick up some insane R5 deals. And not chappies.
It is going to be a game changer, everybody. Now, we thought we'd let your creativity run wild with ways to spend a R5 this Black November. So we asked you on social media, what do you wish you could buy for R5 from game stores this hashtag Black November? Of course, you guys came through with all the answers. Let's see what everyone is saying online.
All right, Shamima saying, I'll just take the entire store for R5. Ha 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 ha. But if I had to choose one thing, it would definitely be a laptop. Nice, I'm with you there. Jacqueline Keller saying it would have to be a new vacuum cleaner to help with my allergies and another countertop stove so I could bake more to earn a better living. I like that. It's an investment.
Yeah, definitely. Shanine French says a gas stove would be great to get for R5. Nice. No more struggling to cook for my children during load shedding. I hear you, girl. We hear you.
Completely. You know that I had to reheat the steak because now I'm cooking, 2 meals at a time because I'm alone at home.
Don't say that out loud. People's going to come visit you now. We're all coming to visit you tonight.
Away. And I was going to ask Chef Clem, how do you heat up a steak? What's the best way to do it? And then load shedding gave me the way. You just heat it up gradually in the residual heat in the oven that's not turned off because of load shedding. That's how you do it. There are ways around it, but here are just a few of the R5 deals, real, actual deals that you can get your hands on this week. So let's start with today, the Discovery aluminium bottle.
R5. Tomorrow, Friday the 19th of November, you can get a Canon instant camera for R5.
One of those.
That one.
Beautiful. Follow that up. Saturday, you can get a Pro Base power bank.
So that's R5, 10 Rand, 15 Rand. Can you give me 15 Rand, please, until payday? Because I'm just going to go shopping every single day until Saturday. And also remember, it's only one product per customer available in select stores. And once it's gone, Mzansi, it's gone. So you need to hurry up.
Oh, man. Diversify. See how many different things you can get, you can fill your basket with. What are you waiting for? Get shopping and spend smart this Black November. Just be responsible about it. And remember, store opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 until 6. You've got ample time. Then Saturday from 9 until 5 and Sunday and public holidays from 9 until 4.
And don't forget that you can also compare prices this Black November with Game's Price Beat Promise, which offers a 10% refund on the difference in price on any item that you've purchased. If you do find it cheaper at a competitor within 21 days of your purchase, you're guaranteed a price beat on that item. But all you need is R5.
And they've got some amazing kind of credit, really responsible credit options. Their lay-by options are great. There are so many ways that you can get in and get that thing that you really need this Black Friday, and I think that's what it's about. 15.
Now listen up, another thing that you're definitely going to need is to get on this. There's debuts all around this morning. Cape Town's finest, Mzansi's finest is joining us right now. We are joined by the prolific Mother City rapper, songwriter, youngster CPT in the building. And he's recently released his collab album with producer Shaney J called Dreams Don't Pay Bills. Now he's kicking off the first of his performances this morning with that powerful track. And let me remind you, this is a debut, the first time we're hearing it live. This is an exclusive. It's Dreams Don't Pay Bills. Youngster, the stage is yours, brother.
Salute us.
DDPP. Wajen. Shaney J. I win. Gotta get paper. Dreaming don't pay ya. It's a time waster, but it's a lifesaver. Dreaming don't pay ya. Bills. 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 Even though you catch me laying down, doesn't mean that dickers wanna post up. Having daydreams, having nightmares in my sleep till I'm soaked. Not dreaming don't pay your bills. Dreaming on pay your bills. Dreaming on pay your bills. Dreaming on pay your bills. Tell me how you gonna work through all this pain and all the hurt too. I always broke them, but I learned the rules and stayed up later than my curfew. But thanks for betting on the long shots. We uneven like the wrong socks and legendary like the hard rock. But we overslept on our alarm clocks. We are dreamers and we think ahead. I think of what I would have been instead. A college graduate who studied meds, a gang member who'd be shot and dead. It's not sweet, no caramel. Spinning around on the carousels. Deep fantasies you actually fell into universes parallel. You thought that you could live up in a shell, but you're gonna have to face yourself as well. You have to let them know you have a gift and show them what's inside your bag of tricks. Cause no one cares saying you the dopest if you the only one who really knows it. And Cupid shot me with the broken arrows. Cause I love working when I'm in the shadows. But a lot of fake rappers clout chase, thinking rapping is about fame. Downfalling without breaks, from Igoli to Hout Bay. We can't all be the boss, bro. Someone's also got a mop too. And you just hoping that it's not you. Don't allow yourself to be consumed. You gotta get paper. Dreaming on pay ya. It's a time waster, but it's a lifesaver. Nah, dreaming on pay ya. Bills. 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 Even though you catch me laying down, doesn't mean that dick is gonna bust out. Having daydreams, having nightmares in my sleep till I'm so not. Dreaming on pay your bills. 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 No relaxing in the silk sheets, but I'm only human, so I will sleep. So in nightmares I thrill seek. You got meat moles with your milk teeth. Now we didn't have a big feast, but I thank God for them split peas. Produced rough like Swiss beats. If you talk, then I love to read. I have lit dreams and it came true. Shani J is your debut. I don't even need to train you, just help you level up to stage 2. Meanwhile I can't get sleep, cause we aren't living rent free. Life is filthy, Jeffrey Epstein. I'm every landlord's wet dream. Ambitious young and run the White House. Colorblind dreams lights out. I no longer have insomnia, counting heartbeats on the monitor. Cause this boy is alive, she's saying she mine. It's sounding like Brandy and Monica. It's all about time, she crossing them lines. I guess that she got that from foreigners. Lovely jets, awakened to see the horizon. What I've created is timeless. I can't miss my breakfast, my diet. I'm not even resting my eyelids. Nothing's the same since I came out. Rapping like I was in Drake's house. I'm dreaming while I am awake now in Cape Town. You gotta get paper. Dreaming on pay ya. It's a time waster, but it's a lifesaver. Let's go. Dreaming on pay ya. Bills. 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 Even though you catch me laying down, doesn't mean that dick is for the puss out. Having daydreams, having nightmares in my sleep till I'm so not. Now dreaming on pay your bills. 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 I got dreams, they don't pay them bills. I got dreams and they don't pay them bills. I got dreams, they don't pay the bills. I got dreams, but they don't pay them bills.
Ladies and gentlemen, youngster CPT in the building. That is the fire that you need, that we promised to you. And of course, we've got 2 more epic performances coming up from the man himself. Get the wet towels out because you want to dab yourself. It's heating up and it's not stopping. We'll see you in a bit.
Well, the time now is 1 minute before 7 o'clock. Time to have another look at those news headlines, starting with your national news. Eskom says that due to its continued insufficient generating capacity, as well as the loss of 1 unit each at the Medupi, Duva and Kendall power stations, it had to set up phase 2 of load shedding. The load shedding will continue until 5 o'clock on Saturday morning. The move is aimed at conserving emergency reserves. Now, earlier, Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan said certain changes were needed to ensure adequate power supply. These include the unbundling of Eskom, the maintenance of infrastructure, and a change in work ethic and culture. President Cyril Ramaphosa has submitted a list of 4 candidates for consideration of the position of Chief Justice of South Africa to the Judicial Service Commission and leaders of parties represented in the National Assembly. In September, Ramaphosa invited public nominations for the position of Chief Justice when Chief Justice Mogoeng retired. The 4 candidates are Judge of the Constitutional Court, Mbuyiseli Madlanga, President of the Supreme Court of Appeal, Judge Mandisa Maya, Judge President of the Gauteng Division of the High Court, Danson Mlambo, and Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. Then looking to news further abroad, more than 100,000 Americans have died of a drug overdose in a year-long period during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's the highest annual death toll from drugs ever recorded in the US. Data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows that overdose deaths rose almost 30% in the 12 months ending this past April. Experts believe that overdoses likely spiked because of the psychological toll of the pandemic. The number of deaths from drugs has now surpassed those from guns and car accidents. Then staying on the international front, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has arrived in Nairobi, Kenya, his first stop on a three-nation Africa tour. Blinken will visit three of the continent's major players, which is Kenya, Nigeria and Senegal. Climate change and security in Ethiopia, Sudan and the Sahel are set to top the agenda of his talks. Blinken's first trip to Africa follows shortly after the COP26 climate talks in Glasgow, Scotland, where poorer nations called on wealthy governments to do more to help them combat climate change. And then sticking with the theme of the show today, all about tennis, the pit bull of world tennis in a different role. Spain's Rafael Nadal, 20-time major tennis champion and known for his incredible fighting spirit on the court, which has earned him the title of pit bull of world tennis, has been honored at a ceremony in Mallorca for the help he provided the town of Sant Llorenç des Cardassar after torrential rain and flash flooding had devastated it. Hundreds of homes and businesses were swamped, with water levels reaching 2 meters in places. 13 people lost their lives and hundreds were forced to flee. Nadal immediately leaped into action and spent hours helping volunteers to clean the area. He opened up rooms at the Rafa Nadal Tennis Academy for those who needed refuge and also provided a donation of €1 million through his foundation. In recognition of his support, the City Council of Sant Llorenç des Cardassar has bestowed on him the title of adopted son, and we can understand certainly why. On that good note, that is where I leave your 7 o'clock news headlines. G is standing by with another look at the sports.
Thanks so much, Jamie. And we start with a little bit of spice this morning. So SAFA yesterday have now said that they have evidence that the World Cup qualifier between Bafana and Ghana was fixed and that the outcome was manipulated by betting syndicates. So South Africa lost the match 1-0 after a dubious penalty call and as a result now miss out on the next round of qualification. Well, former FIFA referee and PSL general manager Ace Nkobo said that they have established a pattern of bias against Bafana, with only 37% of the refs' decisions in that first half actually being correct. FIFA have confirmed that they have received the complaints. Then on to rugby. Springbok coach Jacques Ninamba has confirmed that two very exciting players, Sabu Nkosi and Apalele Fassi, have been released from their touring squad to go back to join the Sharks. Now, both outside backs were members of the national squad throughout the international season, but with neither player being involved in Saturday's season-ending test against England at Twickenham, the Springboks have agreed to release them for their United Rugby Championship duties. So Fassi made his test debut back in Georgia, or against Georgia at least, in July, and earned his second test tap against Argentina in Rugby Championship duty, scoring that try in each of those matches. Nkosi, who boasts now 16 test caps, proves to be a key member of the team in the Rugby Championship, taking Argentina, Australia and New Zealand. And we certainly wish them well on the next phase. Now we move on to cricket and more interesting placements. So Usman Khawaja has been recalled to the Australian squad for their first two Ashes test matches against England in December. So Khawaja has not played test cricket since 2019, when Australia retained the Ashes with a 2-2 draw in England. Tim Payne will captain the side. That also includes two debutants and leg spinner Mitchell Swepson and seamer Michael Nessa. The first test is in Brisbane on the 8th of December before a day-night match in Adelaide on the 16th of December. And then finally, let's hop back onto the Fed Express that thankfully is still chuffing along. Roger Federer will miss the Austrian Open in January and is unlikely to return to competition until mid-2022 as he recovers from multiple knee surgeries now. Federer was speaking to Swiss media when he added that he would be extremely surprised if he was able to play at Wimbledon, a Grand Slam he has won now a record 8 times. Federer had 2 knee operations in 2020 that kept him out of action for more than a year and returned to action only in March, but then just played 13 matches this year. But thankfully, it doesn't look close to retiring. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll do it again in about an hour or so. Right now, let's get a global weather perspective and see what the temperatures here in SA have in store for us today.
Thank you so much, G. Now to take a look at the weather this morning, and a state of emergency has been declared in Canada's state of British Columbia. Now, Canada's Minister of Public Safety, Mike Farnworth, says there's, and quoted, no doubt, unquote, that a lethal storm which occurred in the state was linked to climate change. Now, thousands were evacuated after an atmospheric river. Now, that's a long strip of moisture in the air that transports water from tropical areas towards the poles, dumped the region's monthly rainfall average in a mere 24 hours. Now, the Provincial Minister of Transportation, Rob Fleming, said it was the worst weather storm in a century, and the road and rail links were severed and mass power cuts occurred, and all 7,000 residents of Merritt, some 193 kilometers northeast of Vancouver, had to flee their homes, and cars could be seen floating in icy, flooded waters. Now, in the summer, British Columbia also suffered a record high heat wave that caused the deaths of some 500 people. Now, this extreme weather in Canada comes days after world leaders attended the COP26 International Climate Conference in Glasgow, Scotland. Now, our thoughts are definitely with those that were affected by these terrible conditions in Canada. But now, back on our own shores, we are moving into summer, which means our sunrises are earlier, and we have been spoiled with a beautiful array of sunrises lately, and we can't thank you enough for sending it through, because we absolutely love seeing how you start your day, wherever you are, Mzansi. And kicking us off this morning, Nicole Snelling, our very own Expresso food stylist, shared this absolutely breathtaking shot on her way to the studios this morning, and what a shot indeed that was, filled with so many beautiful colors, definitely something to inspire you throughout your day. And then next up, we had Tlotlo T. Balepile from Dalportshorp, who shared an equally stunning shot as the sun comes up over the horizon, casting those rays of light across the area. Oh, it's like looking into heaven itself. I can't thank you enough for sending these pictures through to us from Mzansi. Keep bringing it through. I mean, look at the smile you're putting on my face, and I'm sure the rest of Mzansi too. But now to take a look at the temperature this morning, and starting off in Polokwane, your day starts at 15, moving up to a high of 31 degrees. Mbombela sees a 14 low with a high of 35, and definite thunder showers coming through there. Pretoria, very similar. Thunder showers can be expected, a low of 17 and a high of 32. In Johannesburg, the thunder showers continue. Your low is 15, moving up to 30 degrees Celsius. And then in Mahikeng, your day starting at 13, moving up to 35 degrees Celsius for the day. Then in Klerksdorp, you start with a low of 12 and a high of 34 degrees. Kimberley starts the day at 10, moving up to 27. Sunny skies expected all the way around. And much the same for Bloemfontein at a low of 8 and a high of 27 degrees. And then moving over to Richards Bay, where your day starts at 17 degrees, moving up to 26 degrees Celsius for the day. Pietermaritzburg, you can expect some rain coming through with a low of 11 and a high of 23 degrees. Durban, a windy time of the day for you. You can expect a lot of that, along with 17 as your low and a high of 25 degrees. Mthatha, however, carries on with a trend of rain this morning, 71% coming through. 7 is your low, moving up to 19. And then in East London, your day starting at 12, moving up to 18 degrees. Rain can definitely be expected at 60%, and much the same for Craddock, with rain expected with a low of 5 and a high of 19 degrees. And then Mabeka following in suit with the rain coming through there, a low of 12 and a high of 20 degrees. And George, up along the coast, carrying on with the rain. 10 is your low, moving up to 18 degrees Celsius. But however, down in Cape Town, no rain is expected. Your low is 17, moving up to 19 degrees Celsius. Worcester starts the day at 7, moving up to 23. Also sunny skies expected all the way around. Sutherland, another chilly start to your day at 3, but moving up to a high of 20. And last but not least, the sunny day in Uppington, 14 is your low, moving over to 28 degrees Celsius. That's, of course, the weather for this morning. We'll catch up with you in the next hour for all the reports, but don't go anywhere. Of course, don't leave your seat. So much entertainment, so much magic coming right at you in just a bit, and I'll see you there. Yeah, now you tell me you can't get excited after that intro. I think everybody gets hyped because they know who's in the building is JP Sebastian!
Which means movies, not so much about JP.
Man, it's good to see you again, of course. I get hyped up, and especially for this one. This man is my hero. I've been watching the preparation. I've been watching him try lose the weight as well in Will Smith's Best Shape of My Life. What movie you got for us this morning, man?
Tomorrow is the release of King Richard.
Yes.
Which is the story of the Williams sisters, the great... How do you describe them? Some of the greatest athletes that we've ever had. Yeah. Can someone give me like a 17-letter word rather than just great? They're nice. So the father of that amazing, those amazing siblings, and he was obviously the guy who coached and managed them very much. But the first clip that I want to show you is a scene of an interview that really hooked me when I was learning about this guy for the first time. Is where he has the sense of mind, the presence of mind, to step into an interview and go, "You can't talk to a child like that." You might recognize the one that went viral for a bit, but here's the reenactment from the new movie King Richard, starring Will Smith.
Check it out. Oh, that says a lot. That's already giving perspective on everything. Man, that is powerful stuff.
Because probably, like, if you don't know about the guy, the original man, Richard Williams, then you think, oh, he's clearly just militant and he was a strict father and he was unpleasant, whatever. But obviously, the movie illuminates us a lot more, and that he had a very tender side and a concerned side. That, like I said, that original interview, which is out there somewhere on YouTube, went viral for a bit because it really came at the right time when people were like, wait, do we treat black little girls like they're grown women, like at opportune moments, and then like little girls when we feel like and whatever? And that interviewer just didn't have the sense to be like, I'm talking to a child, let her dream.
Yes.
Why the heck are we grilling a child? And so in real life, he stepped in and he was like, no, I'm not going to have this. It was really an amazing thing to see. So the entire movie follows, and I haven't seen it myself, but it does come out tomorrow, like I said, so keep your eyes peeled, around their childhood then, for the entirety of it.
Yeah.
The question always becomes, where does greatness come from? Like, how does it originate?
And the recipe to its success and obviously materialization.
Is there a recipe? Is it just like, you know, force of will, etc.? No, force of will.
Well played.
Not even. So
I'm thinking some people just woke up and like, huh? What? That just
I woke myself up. It's very embarrassing. You know, is there a formula, that kind of thing? But most of the time, it really dwells on the strength of the human spirit type story, which we've seen him do a couple of times before. The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh yeah, man, with his kid there as well. Yeah.
Concussion, which was another. Now you see the trend here is that Will Smith, and I'm going to be a bit salty, like really, you're using the vehicle of two of the greatest athletes of all time for your next Oscar bid. It's kind of weird.
Mastermind.
That said, though, like I'm pretty sure that it's all the kind of feel good that people deserve because it looks well shot, it looks well acted. Doesn't look necessarily, you know, you can make these things as throwaway, cheesy kind of like forgettable things, but it might put him in the running for an Oscar. And the two actresses, that is Demi Singleton and Sania, last name I've forgotten, but nevertheless, they're newcomers, and that's what counts. They give a very natural sort of performance to the whole thing. But an incredible story that has to be told. And often I complain. I'm like, you know, a biopic, sometimes they just connect the dots. Someone read the Wikipedia page and then give us the A to B of this person. Who cares? At least we're getting a different angle here. It's a third-person perspective of these two people from the outside and the impact that this person had on them. So that's really interesting to see. But speaking of the original people themselves, how about I show you a clip that's really sweet of, look, if you're, the most important audience members for this movie would be Venus and Serena themselves. So watch how sort of like, how much they gush over just the production of this entire thing. Okay. This is a little featurette from King Richard coming out tomorrow.
We met the wonderful Serena and Venus Williams.
I'm Venus. I'm Serena.
So what'd you think?
You freaked out. She started crying.
No, but it wasn't while she was there. Like, she walked away, and then I went in the room, and then I freaked out, and I started crying.
Started crying, and then they were like, "Oh, we're just waiting for Venus to do the photos."
We had no idea they were gonna be there.
Because sometimes they call me Venus, and I was like, "Oh, I'm here." And they were like, "No, we're waiting for Venus." Like, Venus Williams? We saw her, and I was like, and she was like,
How are you, Daddy? What's going on, Mickey?
Good, Dad. You're doing a good job with the accents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You met the girl?
Not yet.
All right, hold on. So you gotta come on, my girl. Serena Williams. She's all business. That's our family. Mama.
Which one is you? Let's see if you can guess.
like it short. Yeah.
Yo. Crazy, crazy.
And she left-handed, so not only she had to learn how to hit the ball with her right hand, you know. So that's the level of dedication that these kids is making, you know. So they got to learn to hit like you.
I saw the video.
This is a story with the good and the bad that says your family is the human success story. You guys showed what it's like to believe in yourselves, what it's like to have love and to be a unit and to hold tight and firmly together in the face of all kinds of opposition. I want to thank you, and I want to thank your family for giving me the opportunity to be a part of that.
Venus and Serena gonna shake up this world.
Oh, JP, it looks like an emotional one. It looks like something, and for me, I'm just thinking about it. It seems so pertinent right now when we're looking at what athletes are going through and the making of some of the greats. This is going to give us good insight into
Naomi Osaka,
exactly that. This is going to give us good insight into what they actually have been going through. Maybe some recipes for success, but also some empathy for the current athletes and what they're going through.
Forgot to mention, grew up in Compton. Compton, we know NWA is like what we know of. Like, it's a very difficult place to grow up. But like I said, most important audience members there are Venus and Serena themselves. So what we didn't get time to really show in the entirety of the clip there is that when they go into their old bedroom, it's really their old bedroom they're transported into. And they start talking about like boyfriends like who they used to crush on.
Nostalgia of a note.
So you know that the amount of work that they must have put into just the design and the creation of human feeling in the making of King Richard must have been a real strong selling point for the original people themselves. I think anyone who, like I said, loved Pursuit of Happiness or any of those kinds of Will Smith projects, they're going to be totally pleased.
Another Will Smith classic, of course. It's coming at you. JP just mentioned tomorrow is the D-Day. I think I've got every reason to get involved in that, and it's inspired by everything that's going on the show this morning. Some sport coming at you in just a bit, but we'll get into that right now.
Absolutely love that. I've had the pleasure of meeting Serena and Venus a couple of times. Yeah, no, actually,
everyone.
I know completely, and they're amazing. But there was this kind of, they share one mind, and watching them play together. Well, actually, all I can remember is the sound of the ball hitting the back net when they were serving. And the whole stadium literally shaking like that. So powerful, but it was their mental game that was most strong. And I think when it comes to playing doubles tennis, that's where you've got to be so in tune with your partner. So we put it to you guys. If you could have any doubles partner in the world, who would your champion tennis partner be? Does it have to be a tennis player? Could it be David Beckham? Can I choose David Beckham?
You please choose David Beckham so I can be just like watching you guys. I'll be the wag.
And they'll keep cutting to you in the breaks.
I'll be the side person
with your glasses on.
It'll just be like, what's she doing over here? But let's see what you, real people, had to say, not my fantasies. So we had Prince, who actually came through as well. He said, good morning, Expresso team. My picks are any of these. Naomi Osaka, of course. Kolo Wam Monsi, Kotatso Munjane, or Novak Djokovic. Mine would be Djokovic. Because, I mean,
no, he's so good. And I didn't like him in the beginning of his career, but now I've got deep affection
Grown to love him.
Yeah, because he's just achieved so much in the sport. Absolutely love that. Well done. All good choices. All very, very, very good choices. Let's see if the peeps had more to say.
Nubezi Boy says there are so many to choose from, but I would definitely go with Novak Djokovic. Everyone is loving Djokovic. He's really doing so much. He's also built a stadium in Serbia at the moment. So he's been doing good, not only in the sport, but also in his community. So kudos to him.
And also kudos to Rafa as well for getting involved there after the natural disaster. You know, Roger Federer is also heavily involved. A lot of these guys doing so much to give back to the sport. So we appreciate it and we love them. I'm still going with David Beckham. What would David say? What would David say? We love it. Keep letting us know on the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. Who would you take as your champion tennis partner?
to grow your business? Get the office or work from home IT equipment you need from Universe Direct. Universe Direct is South Africa's largest distributor of refurbished IT equipment, from our factory to your door anywhere in the universe. Direct.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Absolutely love that. Welcome back. We're continuing on a tennis-ish spin, I suppose.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. We love the fact that there is so much interest in sports that we haven't often heard about before. Paddle tennis. I've never heard about that. It is apparently taking the world by storm. It's an energizing racket sport that combines the best elements of tennis, a little bit of squash, and even some badminton.
Yeah, man, it is so much fun. Now, look, since we are celebrating the world of tennis, I visited Action Paddle SA, the court in Canal Walk, to try this new sport and see if I maybe got some of that, you know, pizzazz. Like
Were you all right? Were you good?
Let's find out.
Yo, what is up, Mzansi? We are out here at Action Paddle in Canal Walk, and we're talking about a new sport called paddle tennis. Now, it's already taken Europe by storm. It's one of the biggest sports out there. It's played in countries such as Spain, Argentina, and I mean, even the likes of Lionel Messi himself has a court in his own backyard. Now, it's about to take SA by storm too, and that means I get first dibs to find out exactly what it's all about. Let's go check it out.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Pleasure.
Really good to meet you, man.
Too,
I'm
you too.
so excited to find out about this new sport. I love all sports, so this is hopefully going to be another one of them. But tell me, how popular is paddle tennis across the world?
Sure, paddle just keeps exploding day by day, month by month, year by year. In the last 2 years, they've built over 4,000 clubs, and there's now over 10 million people playing. In the next 2 years, it's expected to double.
You've got all these sports like tennis, squash, and even racquetball, but what is it that sets this one apart from the rest and keeps everybody coming back for more?
I think once you step on the court, paddle sort of speaks for itself. People get addicted. It's just that pure enjoyment you get from it. When you start playing, you'll see. And the doubles aspect to it is so great. It's super social and easy to learn. And when you want to start mastering the walls, when you start getting very technical to part of the game, I think you take it to another level, that makes it interesting. And that's what makes people come back.
Look, one thing I noticed from the start is that the racket seems a little bit different, and I'm assuming this is what you call the paddle?
Yes, absolutely. So you get 3 different types of rackets. So this is the first one would be what we call a diamond-shaped racket. So it's more for power based. It's sacrificing control, where the sweet spot is kind of higher in the racket, and there's a lot more carbon that's actually involved in this type of racket. And if you come to different rackets over here, you get a round and you get a teardrop. So a round will be more for your beginners and a lot easier to learn with that sort of a rounder shape. So it'll be like sort of a centered sweet spot. And you get a teardrop, which is a bit of control and balance with a bit more power, whereas your diamond shape will only be mainly power.
So how easy is it to actually learn the sport?
Super easy to learn, much easier than most sports, but quite hard to master. But to pick it up, not hard at all.
All right, well, I want to put you to the paces, so can we play a game?
Absolutely, I was hoping you'd say that.
All right, man, so obviously to get the game going, we'd have to serve first, but how exactly is that done?
Right, so same as tennis, right? You serve to the opposing block. It's got to bounce once, all right? However, you're not serving over the top. You're serving an underarm serve. When you've got to bounce the ball. When you make contact, it cannot be above your waist height. So you serve, so you bounce, and you make contact below waist height into the opposing block.
All right, that doesn't seem too bad, so let me give it a try.
But easier than tennis.
Bouncing it, make sure it stays below the waist, and then cross court.
And then make contact cross court, exactly.
How's that, coach?
Pro already.
Yep, I think I got it, man.
First time. Not bad.
Hey, Steve, or should I say coach? I know we're just playing and practicing, but man, that was a lot of fun already. How does someone succeed when they want to really be at the top of their game at the sport?
I would say, first and foremost, patience. A lot of patience in this game. Consistency with the overall ground play, because the room for error is a lot less than most sports. Here's a rebound, the ball just keeps coming back, and then your fitness.
Well, look, I think I got the fitness, the rest, I'm figuring it out as I go, but I think I'm ready for a full and proper game. What do you say?
Let's do it, I think you're ready. I'll call the team.
Game time.
Let's go. basically my 3 favorite sports in one: beach bats, tennis, and squash. And it's the most addictive sport I think I know.
The social aspect of paddle is unbeatable. Everyone you play with wants to play again. You play in doubles, so because of the dimensions of the court, it lends itself to people being social and playing together. And more importantly, it's a sport for everyone. It's skill agnostic, it's age agnostic, so it's a great sport for everyone to play.
Honestly, what a jewel. Now, I can clearly see why this is taking Europe by storm and possibly the rest of the world. It's definitely the #1 racket sport of our century. Now, it's a combination of tennis, badminton and squash, all in one. And did I mention it is a lot of fun? I'm definitely buying into this one. It's time for another set. Let's go.
I absolutely think paddle will take off. I think already there's so many people who are so enthusiastic, and I think our climate suits it. We can play outdoors. In Europe, they often have to play indoors, and I think South Africans just like a good game.
My thoughts on the game: I think it is such an awesome event, it's such an awesome occasion, and just any opportunity to get outside, I'm all for it. Now, this one especially is really cool because you don't need any skill level really. It's really awesome and easy to pick up on the game. It's very forgiving, doesn't matter what your fitness level is, and at the same time, I think the fact that you can play with so many people on the court at the same time means that there's going to be a lot of good banter and good memories being made on this one.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I genuinely had so much fun. Now, it's an innovative take on the games we all already love so much, and proving there's always some place to go with sports if you use creativity. Now, Action Paddle SA's Britt King is joining us on the couch, or not in the couch, but via Zoom this morning to tell us more about one of the fastest growing sports potentially in the world. Britt, how are you doing this morning?
Morning, how are you?
I'm good. It's nice to see you looking good after seeing you on the court. You're all glowing, you're all ready for us. But I can't tell you how much fun I had playing this game. I've already looked into where I can get my paddle and when the next tournament's happening. But maybe you can just take it back to the beginning. For anybody that doesn't know about this, can you tell us more about the history of paddle tennis?
Yeah, so it's super interesting. There was a wealthy businessman in Mexico long back, 1969, I think, and he wanted a tennis court on his property, but he didn't have the space. So he made up paddle tennis, and from there it's grown, and obviously taken a while. And in 1992, I think it was the first world tour in Spain, in Seville. So yeah, I mean, it's taken a while to get there, but it really is taking over now, and people are just obsessed with it.
Yeah, now I remember when I got to see you and when I was first introduced to the sport, you looked so good. You were playing so well. You clearly had such a big love for the sport as well. What is it that made you think that this was not only just something that you love, but also something that could really make it big in South Africa too?
So I first was introduced to the sport. My husband and I used to live in Spain, and we didn't know that many people, and we saw everybody playing this game, and we went in and joined, and everybody just welcomes you. You know, it's so social. Doesn't matter what language you don't speak. You all just have fun. You get fit, and you just have a really good laugh. And it's so easy to pick up. Doesn't matter if you don't have a tennis or squash background. You know, it's very forgiving because it's an underarm serve. It doesn't require strength. If you're fit, it definitely helps. But yeah, and you can play it with, the whole family. Kids pick it up a lot easier because it's not as demanding. It's a lot more forgiving.
It definitely is. And you're mentioning kids, you're mentioning family. Do you think this is something that anybody can do? Is paddle tennis for everybody, or is there a limitation?
I definitely think anyone can do it. I think that it's very easy to pick up. Whether you master it, it's a different thing. But definitely, we're seeing all sorts of different ages, shapes, sizes coming in, and everybody just loves it. It's so easy, like you learned. But before in the 20 minutes you were on the court, you'd already picked up all the techniques. So it really is.
Look, you're definitely right there, and I got to vouch for you when you say that. I mean, for me, coming into this space, not knowing anything about the sport, I felt so welcomed. I felt like within the first 10 minutes of just trying to play around and learn the game, I felt like I was one of the players already, like I was a part of the crew, and it genuinely was so much fun. Now, Action Paddle SA is obviously, you guys are hosting your first paddle national tournament, and I believe it's between all the best players from the existing clubs in South Africa, right? But maybe you can tell me more about this, because I believe it's not just a one-on-one sport as well, it's played in pairs, right?
Yes, so it is played traditionally in doubles. And we have our first tournament that we'll be going to in Egypt as a national team. So in December, it's the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we'll be hosting the tournament. And we've got teams coming down from Joburg. A lot of the other provinces aren't up and running yet. And obviously we need to start somewhere. But we're very, very excited to see all the, down here we've got our people who think that they're the best, and up there nobody's crossed courts yet. So it's very, very exciting to have everyone together, and I think it's going to be a great weekend to come and watch what South Africa has.
Definitely, and I think for a lot of Mzansi that's watched this right now, they are definitely going to be interested too. Now, for anyone that is, how can they get more information on you guys and perhaps maybe even try out the game? Where maybe can they go?
So the best bet is to download the Playtomic app. On the app, you can also find people to play with, so it's Playtomic, and it's on the App Store. You can also find us on social media, actionpaddle.sa, or on our website. And you can give Kath or I a call, and we'll happily help you find people to play with. And we're there at Century City in between the 5 football fields.
Well, that's actionpaddle.co.za if you want to find out more. Of course, Britt King has been here to deliver all that juicy information. Britt, thank you so much for joining us this morning, for sharing this incredible sport with me and, of course, with the rest of the world too.
Good. We'll hope to see you there soon.
Yes, game on. It's great learning about paddle, and it's a sport that is definitely taking the world by storm. And speaking of paddle, speaking of tennis, here's more of that.
We love inspiring you to look into new sports. We also love inspiring sportsmen out there to take it to a higher level. And when it comes to inspiration within sport, few get bigger than Venus and Serena Williams.
Oh, with the brand new film King Richard, now tapping into his own connection with his daughter, family man Will Smith, cast and crew also unpack what it took to really get this film into life. Take a look at this.
This next step you about to take, it would be hard for anybody. But for you, you're gonna be representing every little black girl on earth.
For the most part, we all have impossible dreams. We have things we would do if we believe.
I'm in the champion raising business.
I knew very little about Richard outside of how the press had positioned him.
You've said tennis parents should be shot. You've said you're brokering a deal to purchase Rockefeller Center.
And the very first time we sat down with Will, you could tell that he just understood the man.
Venus speaking 4 languages. How many languages you speak? Exactly. Not even really good at this one.
To see Will in this character is quite special. He knows when to drop things in.
You need to open your stance up a little more. Your stance too close.
Impeccable timing, and I think this is one of his finest roles to date.
It's a really strange process as an actor, and you never know what will be the thing that makes you get a character.
Go fix this.
With Richard, it was a connection to my own daughter.
You can smile. A little adversity, that's okay.
Somehow, Richard found a way that he was following the girls. It's not pushing, it's not driving, it's not pounding.
You gonna show him how dangerous you are? Let me see your dangerous face. There you go, that's your dangerous face.
He is like a dad, because, he gives us advice, and if we're going through something, we talk to him, and he's hilarious.
The shorts, that was his tennis look, the tight shorts and the high socks.
Anytime, any day, we always want to talk to him because we know we're gonna get a kick out of it.
You should have seen Venus out there today. Just something done clicked in her mind. She is so ready.
I've done stories about people's lives in the past, and you realize there's only one audience. It's the family, the person you're telling the story about.
Will has such a great amount of integrity, and knowing that he really wanted to be attached to this, but only if he had the buy-in of the family, really showed how important it was for the story to be told in the most authentic form.
The story of this family is the American dream.
I thought you were nuts, all that interviews and the nonsense, but you were right, she's a star.
At the core of it, it's that strength of the human spirit to overpower circumstances.
Venus Williams, do you care who you play?
No, Daddy.
Are you gonna beat whoever on the other side of that net?
Yes, Daddy.
It's wish fulfillment for all of us.
That looks good.
So
that
interesting.
looks so good.
I mean, you know, in Will's hands, it's going to be job done. He's just an amazing, and especially we saw with Ali, like his ability to inhabit the character, never mind the physical transformation, but his character development, absolutely beautiful. And I think something inspiring. It is going to be something incredible. It's already giving me goosebumps. And I love seeing a film that's being created about icons who are still in our midst. I love it. Feels like we've been given an exclusive inside view.
Of course, you can get an intimate look at the rise of the Williams sisters in King Richard, and you go and see it in your local cinemas when it releases tomorrow. Lots of popcorn, lots of transformation, lots of everything. Just like
and more
live your
popcorn.
live your best life. Simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. If you've not known already, clearly it is going down. Tennis is the theme of today's show, along with everything involving it. And it's probably more than another sport. It focuses on rotational strength. It focuses on lateral quickness, shoulder stability, and it's important to open up your shoulders as well as your hips and improve the side-to-side movements, which is so crucial for chasing down volleys and firing off accurate backhands. Yes, we're getting into the flow of things. And to show us some of the best exercises to help with these movements are tennis coaches Scott Weissel as well as Calvin Jordan from the Atlantic Tennis Academy. Gentlemen, I'm so excited. I'm like so into the tennis spirit already after playing paddle sport as well. This is something that it's kind of derived from, and this is something that we've been chatting about. It's a legendary sport. You guys are coaches. You're pretty much the cream of the crop here. What are you taking us through? And is it something that Mzansi can get involved in as well?
Yeah, well, basically what we're going to take you through is just the warm-up we do with our general players, from youngsters to adults to whatever. Just want to get a little bit of a feed, like in terms of the fitness and obviously warm-up in general.
Okay, all right. Well, let's take it away, because I think a lot of people out there are probably going to try to replicate this at home. We've got a couple of people, I'm sure, that have been inspired by what we've been showing on the show today. So let's get into it, man.
All right, so I'm going to let Calvin kind of demonstrate the first one,
right.
and then we want you to get into it. So
Okay. All right.
first-
Challenge accepted.
There we go. All right. So
What
the
do you
first
got
one,
for us,
basically,
Calvin?
you're going to get to the first cone. You're going to hit a forehand, back pedal to just initiate those calves and quads, back, and then obviously doing it at a high intensity in terms of faster. So you can get straight into it.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Obviously, this is a small scale, but we normally go pretty big in terms of going further, running a bit more, and back pedaling.
All right. So running to
So
the
it's
spot,
4, turn,
forehand,
hit,
coming
back
back.
pedal, turn the shoulders. That's it. Back pedal again. So it's really feeling that little quads, calves, everything just being
Definitely feeling
slow.
like it's a bit of a warm-up as well. The calves are getting engaged,
100%.
starting to use their core a little bit. So this is somewhat of a warm-up as well, right?
100%.
Nice.
You'll feel the calves a lot. People don't
Yeah.
realize that backpedaling is a massive part of just exploding.
Especially when you've got to actually play the game. I mean, you're chasing down balls that are going left, right, above you. You need to be agile. You need to be able to
Exactly.
move, right?
So that's
Okay.
it. So bringing it to the next one, we talk about reaction in tennis all the time.
Yeah.
So reaction in terms of how we work it is we stand there and he's on his toes, and then I just call out a cone. And basically he has to react to what cone I've called out. So if I say yellow, he's got to go yellow, and he goes back. Then I say blue, and then I say blue again. And that kind of thing. So get straight in here. Let's have a look.
Shoot, straight in, coach.
There we go.
All right, I got this.
All right,
Running on the spot.
Calvin's gonna take you
Okay.
away, yeah?
White.
Yellow. Blue.
Coach,
White.
we're turning it up, yeah, coach? We're turning it up, yeah?
Blue.
Yellow. So that's brilliant. So now, if you do have any back issues or anything, it's really simple. Just don't bend. So go there all the way to your foot, recover. So it's nice to do it with a partner because you really have that feeling of pushing each other rather than you can obviously do it 1, 2, 3 and do your own thing. But
Yeah.
it's nice having a little bit of excitement in it.
I like how it's sneakily getting a lunge involved in there as well without you even noticing. You're forced to go down.
Well, that's a
It's
lot of
dynamic.
tennis, right? Tennis is a lot of lunging, low balls, so stretching, those kind of things. So we have to, as much as it is, we really do need those
Look at me,
stretching.
that was like 30 seconds. I'm already out of breath. Imagine a full session. Nice, well played. Okay.
Yeah.
So look, I'm feeling like I'm already agile. I'm feeling like this is something that you can do anywhere. If you don't have cones at home, can you use something
Okay,
else?
so
Are there
obviously we have balls here.
Yeah.
So it's another great little exercise in terms of just reaction. So if you're standing right there and I drop in the ball, basically I'm going to tell you which one. All right, and I'll go right, and you've got to get there before it bounces a second time. All right, so we
okay.
start off right, and you'll go. All right, so, and then I'll go. All right, I'm not going to tell you. Now you've got to still get there. There we go. All right, then you go again. Which one? Boom. So it's really a nice little reaction drill.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to do it. So if you feel like you can do it with a bit of control, so what we'll do, give it to Calvin. So what happens is as he gets there, he's got to try and control it on his racket face. So it's also a little bit of there, gets there and controls and then flicks it back. So he's kind of get there, control, and back. So it's a fun thing if you want to add something into it. So let's have a look. All right, so this takes a little bit of feel. So as you get there, control it. Yes, well done, baby. Easy. Up there, 100%. So it's little things like this that you can make it fun and you can do it and you can have a really, really good workout in terms of it. So it's easy stuff. As I said, this is small scale. So you felt it already with a smaller one.
definitely.
So imagine making it a lot bigger. So, and then reacting to that. So there's lots of little things that you can add to.
Absolute magic stuff. Gents, thank you so much for coming through. You schooling me, getting me. I feel like I'm so much more of an accomplished tennis player. Haven't even played the sport yet. But of course, for you, Mzansi, as well, you want to get involved in the sport, you want to find out more. These guys are out there. They've got an academy that can coach you as well. They're out in Bloberg, so reach out to them. But gents, thank you so much. I'm going to be practicing some more of this, and you might even see me on that court. It's ace time.
Don't lie, Raul. You just want the little shorts, man. He just wants the little tennis shorts. Well, after all that workout, we need to refuel in the kitchen with something delicious.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy, the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover.
So when it comes to having the best buttermilk, fried buffalo chicken wings you have ever had, it is a rule for some people that you simply cannot have them without a classic blue cheese dip. This is something that I think we have grown to love on the show. It's something I love personally. So we are going to be hopefully all in agreement this morning that this is the most delicious recipe we have ever created. Yeah, no, don't give me scary face, because this looks good.
There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is. It must be. Michaela, This looks so special. This is honestly one of my favorite. This is right up there with like waffle,
Steak.
donut, steak.
Oh.
My favorites. Yeah, no, but you're
Yeah.
right. My craving foods.
Yeah.
But it's got to be done right. You need deliciousness. You need a bit of crispiness. You need that kind of saucy, spicy barbecue, and you need the blue cheese. Can we do it all?
Blue cheese dipping like a very South African thing.
I thought it was American.
I thought it
blue
was
cheese
very
dipping sauce
American,
It's very
yeah.
American. I was only kind of introduced to it when a big kind of buffalo wing brand came in here and started pushing, and I was like, oh my word, now I can't get enough of it. So we chat too much.
Yes.
Let's get down to cooking because this needs to be made.
So we have some chicken wings that have been marinating in some buttermilk. It just tenderizes it for you.
Same as yogurt. No, I do that with my curries now as well. Just those enzymes really, really soften the chicken. And just because it's a chicken wing doesn't mean you still don't want it to be beautiful, soft and tender.
Of course you do. It needs to just fall off the bone. That's the best part about a good chicken wing.
Yeah.
It just like breaks off.
It's difficult to know how to approach. You go for the extra meaty part first. You go for the crispier, smaller parts first. I mean, that's personal. So that was a very
I like the
personal
meaty
question.
ones.
Really? Okay. I'm more of the other way. I like it like crispy and I love texture is a big thing for
So
me.
you like 90% crunch and like...
Yeah.
Okay.
You could just give me the crunchy tip of the chicken wing generally.
You like my mom. My
Really?
mom's also like that.
I love your mom. I love your mom. Okay. You added a selection of spices.
Spices. Can you smell the garlic that's coming off this flour though? Not 100% garlic.
100% garlic, but that's good.
Yeah.
Layer the flavor.
You could double dip these if you really wanted to. So
Okay, in what sense?
dredge them twice.
Okay, so
Yeah,
go
and then
from
you get it-
liquid to powder, back into the liquid, back into the powder.
I would double dredge,
Okay,
but today
good.
we're going to single dredge.
Okay, just for the sake of time.
Yes, and something's busy bubbling heavily over here. Let me just turn the butter down. Okay.
So while you're at that, you're going to be now doing our first fry because you've got to fry and then you've got to do the sauce. Can I start working on our blue cheese sauce in the
100%.
interim? So blue cheese
Yes.
for the win.
And then you have some of the level 1 tanginess mayonnaise.
Okay, because I quite like that, nice and creamy, not too much. Look, I do like it. How much of that's the sound, right?
That's a lot of sound.
Well, you've got to cook the chicken, clearly. How many tablespoons of the Clover Classic?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
It's going to be an intuitive thing. I'm going to do 3.
Okay, I think that's as much as this little pot can allow right now.
Sour cream.
Yes.
Okay.
And then all your spices over there. How am I supposed to do this? This was a mistake. I
There's
do
a tap
this
behind you.
every
There's a tap behind
time.
you. I know. You can rinse.
No, it's okay. I will make a mess.
Just suck it up with a spoon. Just
Yeah.
salt. Bit of salt and pepper.
Oh, it's getting crispy.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I told you it was the right kind of sound. Okay,
Okay.
I think you're right. You could put this in a food processor, I suppose, and really blend it up, but I quite like
The
the
bit of
idea of it,
chunky.
being a bit chunkier, so you're going to get actual little pieces of blue cheese in there. I think that's going to be quite spectacular.
Okay, and while that's still busy frying, the kitchen fairies did some pre-made ones.
Ta-da! Okay.
Magic of tea
Oh, they look
there.
beautiful. They've got a lovely colour on them.
So we have some chili sauce and some butter, and then you just want to give them a quick dip in there. Boop.
Oh, so you're getting crispy and sweet and sticky and smoky and barbecue and a little bit of heat all in one.
How's your sauce? Is it done?
It looks spectacular. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm stopping short of just eating it with a spoon.
Nice.
It looks beautiful.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we do the finishing touches on this beauty. It's simple, but there are a few steps. Let's run through them.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
This Friday evening in the Tastemaster kitchen, the top 5 must pull out all the stops to avoid elimination. And with a twist that will even the playing field, it's anyone's game.
Yo, guys.
You have got to be kidding me.
I don't know how I'm going to pull this off.
You're teetering on a dangerous zone.
I am feeling so out of my depth.
I'm starting to panic. I'm never going to finish.
Go, 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 go.
Get ready to bake more memories with the Tastemaster SA. Friday evenings at 7 on SABC2. You belong.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Fast approaching the final hour of the show. But first, let's let you in on a brilliant opportunity. Unlock Red this summer with Vodacom's Red plans and some insane Black Friday deals. When I say insane, I mean it. Up to 70%, bro. That's more than half off smartphones, laptops, fiber, and even more every weekend for the entire month of November.
Oh, say no more. I'm in on this. I want to find out more, of course. But now Vodacom is giving away 10 gigs of data each week for the month of November. Now, this week we asked you to tell us what you love most about Black Friday. So let's take a look at some of your comments that have come through.
Kiana Lael saying, wow. It's definitely the amazing deals that I wait for the entire year and the excitement leading up to the sale, Googling specials and window shopping online for the very best. Right, I'm with you there.
I love that.
I'm in that mode now myself. Like, ooh, bet you I can find it for less. Oh.
Add to basket. Now, Pulane Komoyasera says, I love going shop to shop, buying all you can, especially electronic gadgets and furniture. Just can't get enough of Black Friday.
Yeah, I hope you find that piece that you're looking for. Then Pinky Malindi weighed in with this comment. I just love saying saving money, and Black Friday comes with all sorts of discounts, which is why I love it so much.
Oh, yes, man. We are absolutely loving these comments. So please keep bringing them through. Keep coming at us with it. And if you haven't already, get your answers in, as we are about to announce the winner tomorrow.
It's a pretty cool prize. Remember, Vodacom is giving away 10 gigs of data each week for the entire month of November. And all you have to do is reply to the competition post on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and then tell us what you love about Black Friday. Should be easy. Don't forget that hashtag Vodacom Black Friday, and that competition closes, as well said, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Yeah, just gone past the hour. Time to take a look at the news. Yes, Jamie Lee Domberg with the good stuff.
Unlock Black Friday deals with Vodacom every weekend this November, with up to 70% off smartphones, laptops, fiber, and more. Don't miss out. Further together, Vodacom.
Thank you so much, boys. Time to have a final look at those news headlines. Starting on the national front, Rand Water has confirmed that the maintenance work on a water pipeline in Johannesburg has been completed successfully a day earlier than expected. CEO Sipho Mosai said they were relieved that the work had been completed without the water supply to large parts of Johannesburg and surrounding areas being significantly disrupted. The work would initially have taken 54 hours, and consumers were warned that water outages would occur. Mosai says all quality tests have been done and the water is already flowing through the system. Then staying on the national front, Eskom says that due to its continued insufficient generating capacity, as well as the loss of 1 unit each at the Medupi, Duva and Kendal power stations, it had to set up phase 2 of load shedding. The load shedding will continue until 5 o'clock on Saturday morning. The move is aimed at conserving emergency reserves, and earlier Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan said certain changes were needed to ensure adequate power supply. Now, these include the unbundling of Eskom, the maintenance of infrastructure and a change in work ethic and culture. Then looking to news further abroad, a wildlife census covering Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia and Angola will be undertaken of elephants next year at a cost of some $3 million. The census by the Kavango-Zambezi Transfrontier Conservation Area, also known as CASA, will help to manage elephants that freely roam across member states. The elephant population of CASA represents more than 50% of the remaining savanna elephants in Africa, a species recently listed by IUCN as globally endangered. However, the IUCN did acknowledge that savanna elephant numbers in CASA were stable or increasing. And then more than 100,000 Americans have died of a drug overdose in a year-long period during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's the highest annual death toll from drugs ever recorded in the U.S. Data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows that overdose deaths rose almost 30% in the 12 months ending this past April. Experts believe that overdoses likely spiked because of the psychological toll of the pandemic. Now, the number of deaths from drugs has now surpassed those from guns and car accidents. And then ending on a good note, high honor for a group of brave women. South Africa's first all-female firefighting team, known as the Juliet Crew, has won silver in the Ecologic Awards. The brave group of women secured their win in the Eco Warrior category for their efforts in battling the wildfires of Cape Town. The Ecologic Awards is a gratuity ceremony that celebrates the ecological contributions of individuals, companies and organizations that have actively participated in projects to create a more sustainable Earth. The ceremony identifies and also acknowledges the efforts of members of society by distributing awards across 12 environmental categories. Now, this year, the Juliet Crew was selected for their heroic efforts in fighting the blazes that ravaged Cape Town's Table Mountain in April. The resilient group of ladies worked tirelessly to contain the flames and also save lives. Now, this phenomenal group comprises women from previously disadvantaged backgrounds who defied their circumstances and strive towards excellence. They are a fearless representation of the female spirit and continue to inspire change in women around the globe. On that positive note, that is where I leave your news headlines. Ryle is standing by with a final look at the weather.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Now for our final look at the weather this morning, and the first seasonal rain in Australia has fallen. And is this the sign for the tens of millions? Well, actually, to be precise, 50 million of the red crabs on Christmas Island down under to start their epic annual mass migration from the forest to the coast to spawn. Now, the crabs indigenous to the island are currently swarming across roads and bridges, halting the traffic. Now, this happens every year at the beginning of the rainy season in October and November, when the crabs increase their activity and travel to the coast for spawning. Now, their timing is also linked to the phases of the moon, and males reach the shore first and dig burrows, and then when the females arrive, they mate in these burrows. Now, afterwards, the males return to the forest while their females remain another fortnight. Now, this is where they release their eggs in the water at the turn of the high tide in the last quarter of the moon, and then head back to the forest. Absolutely fascinating stuff. But as we move from crab travels down under to travels around our own shores, as we explore the beautiful landscapes in South Africa through your lenses. Now, starting off with Anthea Kruger, who kicked us off with this morning, and it's an incredible warm-hued image as the sun begins to rise in the distance. And then we have our longtime fan and friend of the show, Nick Lombard, who has shared yet another stunning shot from his area of the Northern Cape, as well as 7 a.m. Nicole Snelling, who our very own Expresso Expresso food stylist, had sharing this breathtaking shot on her way to the studio this morning. And then, last but not least, Tlotlo T. Bali Pile from Dalport Shop, who shared an equally stunning shot as the sun comes up over the horizon, casting those rays of light across the area. Absolute magic stuff. And Mzansi and the rest of the world, thank you so much for sending in your pictures this morning. We can't thank you enough for all that magic and for putting a smile on our faces. Now, to take a look at the temperatures across the country, starting off at Polokwane, your low is 15 and your high is 31 for the day. Moving over to Mbombela, where you can expect thunder showers, 14 is your low, moving up to a high of 35%. Pretoria carries on with the thunder showers expected with a low of 17 and a high of 32. And then in Joburg, the trend continues with the rain thunder showers coming through. 15 is your low with a high of 30 degrees Celsius. Over in Mahikeng, however, there's no rain expected. Your low is 13, moving up to 35. Klerksdorp very similar with a low of 12 and a high of 34 degrees. In Kimberley, a chillier start at 10 degrees, but moving up to 27 degrees Celsius for the day. And Bloemfontein very similar with a low of 8 and a high of 27 degrees Celsius. Moving over to Richards Bay, your low for the day is 17, moving up to 26 degrees. And then in Pietermaritzburg, the rain continues with a low of 11 and a high of 23 degrees Celsius. Durban, you can expect some wind coming through to your parts of the town. 17 is your low, moving up to 25. And then Mthatha carries through with that rain. 7 is your low, moving up to a high of 19 degrees Celsius. East London, however, sees some rain also coming through. High of 18 and a low of 12 degrees Celsius. Craddock following suit with the rain 55%, starting off with the chilly 5, moving up to 19 degrees Celsius. Gqeberha, your day starts at 12, moving up to 20. Rain can definitely also be expected there, as well as with George. Lost the rain coming through with George's 63%, a low of 10 and a high of 18 degrees Celsius. However, in Cape Town, no rain can be expected. Low is 17, moving up to a high of only 19 degrees for the day. Worcester, your day starting at 7, moving up to 23 degrees. Sutherland, another chilly one, 3, moving up to 20 degrees. And last but not least, Uppington, your day starting at 14, moving up to a beautiful 28 degrees Celsius. That's the last of the weather this morning. Of course, another thank you to all you beautiful souls for sending in the magic. Speaking of magic, check this out.
Yeah, Mr. Magic Man is here. He's been just standing there voguing for like the last half an hour. Everyone's taking photos, like a paparazzi fashion shoot going on here. Youngster CPT is in the house. It's always such an honor and a pleasure having you here, man.
Thank you, sir.
Look at that over-the-shoulder dragon.
I'm just
absolutely owning the moment, because you have to. You've got to take those moments. And whether it's performing on a stage in front of thousands or performing just for you in your living room, he's going to give it his all. And right now, yes, I know, we know that dreams don't pay bills. Okay, we've established that. But you still need a little bit of coin. So let's get some coins, baby.
Coins. I want the crew and the coins. I want the crew and the coins. Check it out now. I want the crew and the coins. 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 Here we go on the crew and the coins. Follow me on pick on the menu, dough or a donut. Cash in transit, arm of the whole truck. Yo, punk is a hold up. Give me the money, yo, I see you at the crossroad, bone thugs. I'm giving y'all no leeway. I keep it short and sweet, I got G's in a briefcase. Eat cake, it's a cheat day. I'm the bartender, 2021 T-Pain. Go DJ, Lil Wayne, Young Money. Time waits for no man, I must hurry. Sorry, buddy, you uncool, you unlucky. I'm not funny with my tunes, I'm Bugs Bunny. What's up, doc? I wanna touch that guap. Get the money shot, hot butterscotch. When it come to the dough boy, I'm Ice Cube. You broke niggas all got swine flu. Can't cough on a third wave. Stay fly, get locked in a bird cage. On the job, so I work late. I don't care about the race you run. I'm the one that's in first place. It's third day, take the trash out. Black bags out, jackpot, yo, I gotta cash out. Yeah, underlay. The fresh print of the cake, don't fluctuate. I want crew. I want the crew and the coins. 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 Why then the crew and the coins? On then danger dangerous. How the fuck you gonna disable us? You walk in and they don't make a fuss, but they label us the notorious. 777 on the screen, a big hit on the slot machines. I get money that the boss receive. I'm unlocked, got the monster key, the young master P. Money 3, then I plant the seed. Make sure that the soil is rich, expensive like toiletries. Y'all fakes ain't more as this. Y'all snakes so poisonous. I'm avoiding it, but tell me whose coins is this? Mom said don't sidestep, whether a 1, 2, 10, 20, 50 or a 5 cents. That came from above, so pick it up. A loose coin just might bring it in a luck. Cash on delivery, courier visit me happily, visibly sadness and misery. It's like a bird on the Statue of Liberty. Can't even feel it, it's touching the tip. Put the money on the spot where you spit, talking is cheap and you got the bottomless lip. If you feeling lucky, motherfucker, then flip a coin. I want the crew and the coins. 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 I want the crew and the coins.
Oh, you could drop the mic and walk off if you wanted to.
I could, but it's expensive.
It is. Thank you so much. And we're also counting the coins here. What I loved the most about that performance was watching your crew going, yeah, we want that as well. We want to be the crew with the coins.
No doubt.
We absolutely love it, dude. I think by mistake I flipped fast forward on that track.
No, that was all me.
Was that actually? I was worried. I clicked like the fast forward.
That was happening in real time, brother.
That was slick. That was awesome, and it was beautiful. And we got one more performance. Youngster ain't going nowhere.
What a time to be a baby. Why? Because from the 15th to the 19th of November on Expresso, we're giving away 3 Epimax baby and junior hampers worth 2,500 Rand each every day. That's 1,000 Rand's worth of Epimax products plus 1,500 Rand cash in every prize. Oh yes. To enter, reply to the daily competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram page. Answer the question and include hashtag the Epimax Life in your answer. Competition closes this Friday, the 19th November 2021. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Parkour! Share with us those wonderful moments of the festive season. That's what it's about. It's about sharing. And when you give, I think you really do receive. And we want you to give the gift of storytelling this festive season by sharing your words, and you can help ignite a love of reading amongst our children with the help of the Cadbury Dairy Milk library that we are creating.
For sure, and this is the best part of the morning because we really are making a difference out there, and we are giving you a word to translate this morning so that you can be a part of this change. One word, one translation, and one page at a time. So the word for today is going to be animals, okay?
Animals.
So you at home as well, you can guess what this word is when it's translated into Siswati.
It's a bit of an unfair advantage if you speak the language, but hopefully we are going to do it justice. So animals in Siswati is tilwane.
Tilwane.
Tilwane. And again, animals is such a lovely word to build a story around. And I think that's the key here. With the words that we've chosen, they are quite kind of imaginative. They really do get you thinking about a story, about what you could craft a South African Christmas story around. And of course, in Africa, we got animals, baby.
We had festive season, we had gifts, we had animals. So of course, you can help co-author this book. Now you can also gift your words this festive season, and again, help co-author a festive theme story to be added to the Cadbury Dairy Milk in our own words library, so all children can enjoy wondrous stories of the most wonderful season that we're going to be going into right now. But all you can do is visit cadbury.co.za and also follow at Cadbury Dairy Milk SA on Facebook or at Cadbury_SA on Twitter, as well as Instagram, to start translating your words today. Now, someone who's going to be showing us, he's Tilwane.
I don't know how this kid did this and didn't leave with an animal. That's all I'm saying.
Indeed, I don't know how I didn't walk away with an animal. And speaking of animals, some very special four-legged friends are about to steal your heart right now. Now, who doesn't love a good old-fashioned sleepover, right? Now, this past weekend, I packed my pajamas. I attended the coolest sleepover in the country. It's called the annual Tears Sleepathon. Now, animal lovers from all across the country spent the night in the kennels, yes, in the kennels, with rescue dogs and cats, all in the hopes of raising some much-needed funds for those loving pets. Check this one out. Now, what could be better than this? Unconditional love and affection. Now, that's exactly why I'm out here at Tears Animal Rescue Center to do something crazy with a lot of other animal lovers just like myself. Guess what? We are sleeping over at the center, and it's all in aid of raising funds for these lovable animals. And I cannot wait to meet mine. Let's go.
We're at Tears' 8th annual Sleepathon. The whole idea behind the Sleepathon is for people to experience what life is like at an animal shelter for the rescued animals, and also to change perceptions. We have so many amazing dogs and cats looking for homes, and a lot of people feel that if they adopt a dog or a cat that's rescued, they are in for like a tough time, or the animals that need work. And most of the time, it's not the case. The animals here are amazing, and they're lovely, and they've just been let down by people, and they just need a second chance. So the other is to raise funds for our multiple causes and campaigns. Another major component of Tears is our sterilization program. We also offer subsidized veterinary care for animals in these communities. And yeah, I mean, it's a huge drain on our finances, but it really is the only way to make sure that the animal population problem is reduced and that there are no more injured or homeless pets out there.
All right, so I'm about to enter the cage and meet my two animals that I'm going to be spending the night with. I've got my backpack packed, I've got my pillow and a sleeping bag. I don't really have a mattress, so I'm going to be probably sleeping on the floor. But I'm meeting Violet and Logan. Logan is Violet's child, or little baby. So it's going to be really cool to spend time with two animals at the same time. And the kennel actually looks a lot better than I expected. I thought it's just going to be this dingy old concrete floor. But it looks warm, it looks cozy, and yeah, wish me luck.
the typical sleepathon experience is you'll arrive at the shelter. We'll take you through to meet your furry bunk buddies for the evening and get you set up in your enclosure for the night. Then we've got a big green area, we call it, like our doggy park, and we have meals to everyone. It's all plant-based vegan meals. We also have hot chocolate and cocoa, and yeah, it's a really big vibe. You've got live performances, there's desserts as well. So at the end of all the festivities, you get to tuck in with one of the rescue dogs at the shelter and experience a whole night full of cuddles.
Right, so it's about bedtime, and clearly it looks like I'm not going to be getting much sleep. But I'm here for it. Hey, isn't that right? Night, guys.
It's the middle of the night, and we are still out here at the sleep-a-thon. The weather's held up, it's amazing. I haven't gotten as much sleep as I wanted to, but it's been such an incredible opportunity to spend time with these furry worms. Look over here. Hey, Logan, say hi. Hello. Cuddled up right here next to me, and this is just incredible.
Well, clearly you can see I had a good night and I made some friends, which I'm really going to struggle to say goodbye to. I really didn't expect it to be this engaging and this interactive. I thought I was just going to be in a cold kettle and just shivering away, but it was so awesome. I mean, the pens that they do stay in, obviously Tears are really looking after these pups, and look how wild and happy they are. When I first came in here, he was very, very timid, but really warmed up to us in the evening, and clearly has found his personality and is so happy. And oh, what a fulfilling and enriching experience. I can't think of a better way to create awareness, raise funds for this incredible cause. I mean, Tears just relies on so many donations and sponsors, and this is such a great way to just realize exactly how much these animals are in need of us. So I definitely encourage you all to come down and support this incredible organization. Morning, guys. How are we doing?
Good morning. Good. We're doing really well.
Did you manage to get some sleep last
We
night?
did. We thought it was going to be a night where we'd be up the whole night with these two.
Yeah.
But once they figured out that we had mattresses and blankets and they could cuddle, that was it. They were saying that people can start leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, how? How can you just get up and leave? I mean, we'll be here until the last second, until they're at our door saying, okay, you actually have to leave now.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to, because it must be hard for them.
All right, so we're out here with Rex and his parents for the night behind me. Ladies, girls, how was your night? Did you get any sleep?
No. No sleep. Hardly.
So guys, do you think it's a good idea to shop or adopt?
Adopt. Yeah. Adopt. Definitely.
There you go, you heard it from them first. I'm not arguing, and you definitely need to do the same thing. So we are out here with Bonnie and Clyde. Say hello, guys, and their parents for the evening. How was your night?
Amazing. It was very, very nice.
Very good.
We did manage to get some sleep eventually when they decided to calm down at about 3 a.m. But they were very, very sweet.
They're
Very
big
sweet.
cuddlers. Big cuddlers.
And is this the first time you've done something like this?
No, it's actually my 4th time.
But it is my first time. So.
Oh, wow, okay. And for you guys, I mean, I'm sure you must be advocates for adopting.
Yeah.
What's the reasons for that, and how would you encourage more people to maybe get involved in adopting as well?
Well, just be more vigilant of the fact that there are so many dogs up for adoption, and that generally, I mean, I can't believe how well behaved these dogs are. And
There are just so many good dogs available that need homes. There seems to be a thing that people think that rescues have bad behaviors and
or issues,
naughty
but I mean,
issues, but
not at all.
yeah, no, these have been honestly little angels.
I can clearly see why. I mean, how could you say no to this cute little fish, eh? Honestly, that was one of the best sleepovers ever. Now, you've got to remember that organizations just like Tears rely on sponsorships, donations, and everybody's time and service to keep them running. And better yet, maybe you can even spend some of your own time here, find one of these lovable cats or dogs, and maybe you could give them a forever home. A little bit goes such a long way, and I gotta say, an incredible opportunity to bond with these beautiful animals, and they're all waiting for you.
Wow, I can't believe it. That is such a selfless act that you just did over there. I can't believe that you didn't cry throughout that entire experience.
I did. The cameras off. My heart just goes out to especially Violet and Logan. I really hope that they find their forever home, and I hope you, Mzansi, can maybe help them do that, because absolutely incredible animals. Literally, my heart is just like broken. I miss them.
I understand why. And for you at home, Tears Animal Rescue do such fantastic work, as you've seen right now, and they're always in need of more funding to provide for these beautiful rescues. Now, if you have any money to spare, we urge you to please make a donation at tears.org.za. Every single cent, big or small, can make a massive impact in these animals' lives. And better yet, why not considering opening your home to a dog or a cat in need?
Unlock up to 70% off this weekend with Vodacom's Black Friday deals. Get a 600 gig SIM-only data plan for only 299 Rand per month. That's right, save 16,800 Rand. Only available to the first 500 customers. Get more hot deals in-store and online. Don't miss out. Available this weekend only. T's and C's apply. Wear a mask. Stay safe. Further together. Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Yes, you're still live with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's talk about technology. Technology is such a strange thing, okay? So one minute it's new and it's scary, and the next it's so deeply ingrained in our lives that we begin to wonder how we ever survived without it. Now, this could be said for apps like Facebook, Google Maps, and even dating websites. Well, today we are looking at online banking.
We're not dating. We are banking this morning. So gone are the days, undoubtedly, where you need to go into a branch because you can literally send and receive money through your online banking platform. You can do transfers. You can even buy data and even electricity. So we asked you guys on social media if you use online banking or if you still are a little hesitant and want a real-life person right in front of you. And let's see what you had to say.
Okay, so first comment is from Amanda Fenter. She says, number one, online banking and app does its work. It was also hard for me to change. It is hard. Sometimes you're used to that old school, you want that one-on-one.
A real people contact sometimes.
It's about the convenience, everybody. We also have Mapulane, who says, online banking and the app, I don't even remember the last time I visited a branch. I get you so much. And we also have Tompo saying, option number one, I take my money seriously. We love that. We love that you're doing that.
Yeah, very much so. I think, it's a sign of the times. Even if you go into a banking branch, most branches have downsized and changed because people can do so much more online, especially with apps that have been released. So to help ease our minds, we've got our favorites, very much single Mike Wright with us this morning. He's our Expresso social media maestro. He really knows the stuff. Looks fantastic. Mike banks with Nedbank and uses the Nedbank Money app for everything, he says. So he is going to show us, give us a bit of a lowdown on some of their handy features. Mike,
come on in.
So I'm just going to say once again, you're brilliant at what you do, and he's single.
I'm very single.
He's very, very single.
And he's got good hair.
He's got great hair.
Wardrobe touched it up now.
Buddy, I too am a Nedbank Money app user.
Yes.
And I actually do everything on it now. It really is. It's a bonus.
Literally, I was saying to somebody the other day, if it wasn't for this app, if it wasn't for app banking in general, I don't think I would have swiftly moved into young adulthood like I have. So.
And you'd have a girlfriend, probably.
I think this has taken me closer to having a girlfriend.
We love that.
Because adulting is easier now.
Exactly.
Show us some of the things you get to do with your app.
So basically, the things that I use every month, I pay people, and I can transact easily just straight here on the main page. I can transfer money between my different accounts. The banking app has these things called My Pockets, so I can divide the money very nicely to track what I'm getting, what I'm spending on. I can pay people. I can see who's paying me, which happens once.
You only pay people once and then you get money-wise.
Yeah, I can still see when that happens, which is fantastic. Otherwise, you can, if you lose your card, you can freeze the card, you can cancel it here, you can order a new one, which is really cool, and it's happened once to me, where I've had to very quickly cancel a card just because I was very scared. You can see your overview, you can see all the money that you've got. A big thing that I do is buy my airtime, because I run out of airtime very quickly.
Because you're constantly
on the spot. If I'm on Google Maps and I need to get somewhere and I don't have data, I can quickly buy data. I buy my internet, my electricity, and I've been plunged into darkness often, and I can just right there buy it.
I think you should buy data to go on an online dating site so that you can start not being single, right, G? Do you think that is really...
Or new clothing.
Or maybe some new clothing. Yeah. No, dude, I absolutely love it. For me, it's little features like being able to send someone your banking information. That's so vital, being able to send people information and statements and things like that.
Getting statements right on the spot, yeah.
Completely. They'll send you the PDF, which you can forward on. You can increase your credit limit. There are so many wonders.
And I actually don't realize how much I use this app until I start speaking about all the things that I do on it.
When last did you go into have you ever been into a branch?
Before the app, I used to go, and I used to love it because I was still a student, and it made me feel a bit like an adult. And then
you were taking your coin
for the gears.
For the gears, I'd have to plan my whole day around it. But now, since having the app, no.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. But we still love you, employees at the bank. You're still doing an amazing job, but the app is brilliant. Online banking and banking apps are the future. They are safe, they are convenient, they are easy, and literally in the palm of your hands whenever you need it.
And if you don't have the Nedbank Money app yet, then you can download it today from your app store or through the Nedbank website, like Mr. Mike Wright over here. He is showing us the ways, and thank you so much.
Can you show us the face when you, that one day where you find the money in the bank? When you see it, and now you've just seen the notification. There we go. I love you. You just made me want money in my bank account now. Absolutely love it. There are options available to you. It's a brave new world. Use the apps that are out there. There is so much value add.
Never think 100 Rand is just a clipper. It's a fresh fade or prepaid electricity. It also gets you a gold credit card from only 40 Rand per month, and you still get change. So, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously? Get a Nedbank Gold credit card that helps you afford more.
Yeah, Mzansi, Cape Town's finest is here, and we're about to bring you some heat to the studio this morning. If the performances weren't enough, get a bit of this now with the official freestyle rap battle. It's happening right now. It's between our performers, Youngster CPT and Shani J, and this is how it works, all right? So this has been done before. We have a bowl filled with words right over here in the hat, and each person picks 6 words. The other person needs to give us a beat, a beatbox, whatever it may be, and each person has to obviously freestyle rap with the crown and try claim that Expresso rap master. Now, it's as simple as that. Gents, are we ready? You know how the game works. I've got 12 words in here. You're going to pick 6. All right, so Shani, you want to go first? Pick 6 words. Leave the rest up to Youngster, and then the game will
for you, brother. You know, you're a good man, Shani. You're a good man.
Youngster, listen, you've done this before, right?
I have, sir.
Man, you absolutely slayed this.
I did it with Cat, yes.
Yeah, you did, man.
Hey, and he did his thing also.
You both did it.
He was no match. He was no match on the other end. But I will say he did his thing. He made a good attempt. You have 6 over there?
And I was honestly impressed because this is not easy. It's not like, and I must say, sometimes they have not seen the words before.
No.
We literally on the spot. I don't even think they know what the beat's going to be. So we are putting them to the test. I've seen everybody fail. If you fail, it's normal. You should actually fail this because it's that hard. But let's see what. I'm not going down with the Jennifer.
You're not going out. Yeah. You can't go out like that.
So Shane, you want to go first for us? Youngster, you're going to give the beat?
I'll give the beatbox for the man. He's the producer, though, but I'll give the beatbox.
All right, we're flipping the script here. Mzansi, you ready for this? Shane, you just want to, before you get into it, maybe just tell us what your words actually are.
I got spark.
Spark.
I got gas.
Gas.
Let's see.
Man's dropping all the words out there, man. Shane, don't drop the mic, baby.
I got trap.
What else is that?
26, yeah?
Heat. And the last one is beef.
Spark, gas. What was the other one?
Trap.
Trap, heat.
Spark.
Yes.
Yeah, trap.
Oh, a few of those rhyme already.
All right, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Shani J in the building. It's the freestyle battle, round 1. Take it away.
All right, I'll go slow with the beat, Shane. I'll go slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming back. Wait. Okay, I'm a producer.
Okay, he's a producer. Okay, wait.
That's a warm-up. I'm feeling it. Be on.
Okay, let's go faster. Look at you. Now look at me. I got this beat. They want the heat.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
No time for this heat. I put it up lock, put the spark.
Yeah.
I go Brisa, bro.
That wasn't in the contract this morning. We didn't sign up for this. Okay, no. Let's do the right thing. Shane, it's my turn.
Okay, yeah.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Throw the words back. Throw the words back.
I'll give it.
Okay, we're reshuffling the words, right?
Reshuffle the words.
Shake it up. Shani J's getting us a new
For those of you out there, it's a public service announcement. Shani J is a record producer. Okay? Not a rapper anymore. He had his moment.
And I don't freestyle.
And he's retired now from that moment.
I gotta say, man, props to everybody. I don't know how you even do this.
I don't know either.
It's like it's lyrical genius to me, man. Just seeing a word, being able to encapsulate that, put a rhyme into it.
Flow.
Flow, all right. Word number 1 is flow.
I got money. Trap.
Flow, money, and trap.
Trap.
No, it's a trap.
Trap, money, flow.
Trap, money, flow. Then I got gas also.
Gas, flow, money, trap, gas. Chopped.
And spark.
Flow, money, cash, trapped. What?
I'm gonna put these on the floor.
Shock and spark.
So I have a better understanding of what's happening here.
Can I actually use this?
Go wild, man. Go wild. We got the producer in town. He's here. He's about to serve it up. It's round 2. It's the Expresso freestyle battle. We are about to deliver something special. Youngster CPT
Shani J,
in
you're
the
gonna give me
building.
that beat.
Shani J with the beat. Let's go.
Hey. Dun 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 dun. Hey yo, dun 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 dun. Shani J, heater, plug. Boy, this is a freestyle. Where should I start? Y'all should have known this is a performance art. You know exactly how we roll. He's the horse and cart. I started off at the end and now it's a spark. Yeah, I managed to get the camera. I bust a freestyle and do it with such stamina. Am I the best rapper, bro? You don't have to ask. Cause when I blow the trees, it comes out like gas. Yo, wait, don't stop. Everybody, please, this is about to get chopped. Yes, I told y'all this is freestyle rap. And Shani J fell for the hat in the trap. wait. Oh, y'all don't know? It ain't done yet until I kill that flow. I told you before, the name is Youngster. It's nothing funny. Dreams don't pay bills, so make the money.
CPT, the man, his heart is on fire, making it look like it's just another day. Sunday school play for this man.
You got that from me.
Drops the mic, drops the word, drops the bars. There you have it. I think it's without a doubt the winner of this freestyle battle is gonna go to Youngster CPT.
And give it up for the producer. Shani J on the beat.
Shani J on the beat, magic stuff. Gents,
somebody tap a desk in front of you, bro. Come on. Please, man, please.
Well, there you have it, Expresso, of course, the legends themselves are in the building right now. Don't go anywhere. One more performance coming at you. It's going to be more of this fire, so don't go anywhere.
Morning, Mom. Look what we made for breakfast. Pizza. Hey, Mom. I'll see you soon. How many of these are we gonna do?
Right.
Right.
Love you, Mom.
Love you guys. The illness insurance I took out is really going to help now.
Old Mutual's illness insurance pays out a single amount of up to 6 million rand for whatever you and your family might need while you recover.
Sorry, Mom.
Make great financial decisions for you and your family and earn Old Mutual rewards points.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, and let's be honest, the pups make it so much more feel-good. We all know that dogs are a man's best friend, but a very select few are also part of our national security. Now, we're very brave to be so went all the way to Johannesburg to meet with the K9 Law Enforcement Unit to learn more about how these incredible dogs can sniff out the good, the bad, and the downright illegal. Whoa.
Well, I'm sure you've seen this while being out and about at an airport somewhere in the country or abroad. Dogs sniffing around over here, over there, and everywhere, trying to detect and find some illegal things like drugs or even bombs on people's bodies or their bags. And that's not just a scene out of a movie. This is real life. And today we are out at the K9 Law Enforcement right by the OR Tambo International Airport, where these fantastic dogs are trained just before they go out to work. And today I get to find out exactly how they do it. It's exciting. Come with me. Chelsea, I am absolutely in love with your dogs, but also so obsessed with the work that you do at the K9 Law Enforcement. You are throwing a whole situation in the mix, COVID-19 as well. How on earth do you do it?
Yes, exactly. So we have specific dogs that do specific jobs. We have our explosive detection dogs, our narcotics detection dogs, our rhino, horn and ivory or any endangered species detection dogs, as well as COVID-19 detection dogs. And what the COVID-19 detection dogs do is they work off of the sweat that comes off of a positive patient, and therefore the dogs are able to work operationally in our international airports or our ports of entry.
Well, all of what you're saying is absolutely mind-blowing for me, but the question then is, why dogs? You know, with the advancement of technology and people available to do the work, what is the role that dogs can play in aiding in those environments?
So what it is it's not to replace anything. It's more our dogs working to assist what's already in place. The really nice thing about these dogs is that you can screen multiple amounts of people at a given time, so it's very fast and effective.
Well, I've got to tell you, what I'm hearing from what Chelsea is saying is that these dogs have a better attention span and ability to grasp information and teaching better than I do. I mean, because if I was a dog, I would be looking out for drumsticks and not explosives. Occasionally, explosives too. Thanks, Chelsea. Gideon, you are the head trainer here, so you get to interact with these dogs. Tell me exactly, how do you train these dogs?
Oh, look, it's a long process. It doesn't happen overnight. So the dogs are conditioned from a very young age. At puppyhood already, you start with your socialization. Make sure that the dogs know their way around people. They're not scared of people. They're not aggressive to people. You make sure that they're not aggressive to other dogs. On 14 months, you start with your intensive training. Then the dogs have settled physically into their bodies. Mentally, they're strong enough to take the training. And then on 14 months, we start with conditioning the dogs on a specific scent.
Yes, so what we do is we pick a dog with very high drive. We want a dog that searches by themselves, that's independent, and they have a lot of drive and a want for a ball. And then what we do is we take the specific odor, be it explosives, narcotics, endangered species, or COVID, and we train the dog that when they smell that, they get their reward. And slowly and surely, you find that the dog catches onto it within a couple of weeks, and they're indicating on that substance without any help from us. So we play with them, we reward them, and it is a lot of positive reinforcement that goes into these dogs. And that's why essentially we have a dog that can work for a long period of time and they want to continue working because it's a big game.
The way the people try to hide different contraband, that's quite interesting. They will hide it in books, they will hide it in their shoes, even in electrical devices like boombox or a radio or even their laptops. They try to disguise the smell with carrot powders or coffee and think that the dog won't detect it, but it's so easy for the dog, you know. We underestimate the dog's nose, and a lot of people underestimate the dog's nose.
Training these dogs seems like such an involved process. How much does it cost, roughly, to train one dog?
Yeah, it's expensive. We're talking here about hundreds and thousands of rand. But to maintain it is much easier if you do the correct things. It starts with your hygiene at the kennels and also regular vaccinations, deworming. If you have all that in place, your costs at the end of the day, veterinary costs, is a lot lower.
Okay, between you and I, Gideon, okay, no one needs to know. My neighbor's dog, I've seen the way he sniffs the chicken. He can find chicken anywhere. I could be coming from down the road. He'll sniff it. Do you think that dog can join the force?
Let's rather keep him on a chicken.
Steph, let's be honest, you and I are both in awe over the ability of these dogs to do what they do on a daily basis, and I suppose that's why your organization, Boehringer Ingelheim, has gotten involved.
Tabiso, that's right. Boehringer Ingelheim Animal Health have
proud to be the sponsors of the Canine Law Unit. We've been involved with them for 9 years now, from when they started with a pack of 7 dogs, and now they have a pack of 80 dogs that are deployed nationally.
Why is it so important for your company, Boehringer Ingelheim, to be a part of an establishment like this one?
Toby, so these dogs are incredible, but they need to be protected against both internal and external parasites. Our product NexGuard Spectra can protect these dogs from both internal and external parasites with one amazing, delicious braised beef flavored chew.
Well, come on, Steph. You and I will both agree a healthy dog is a happy dog. And these national treasures we've seen here today, they really do need to bring their A game every day. There's no time for being on your B game. And you make that happen. Put it here. Ah, I love it.
Oh, wow, they are so incredible, so clever, keeping us safe. Incredible work being done by the Canine Law Enforcement Unit. And just like how they keep us safe, we need to keep all of our dogs safe as well. So keep internal and external parasites at bay with the brilliant NexGuard Spectra. It really is a one-stop shop which is suitable for dogs of all ages, and you can shop it right now online at petheaven.co.za.
It's Klein Vrydag, everybody. We are prepping ourselves mentally, even physically, for what the weekend has planned. Now, whether you are watching the game or you may be playing the game, a nutritious diet is so vitally important. And it is also important to ensure that what you eat is filled with all the necessary nutrients. Raul de Mornay is here to show us how to make a family favorite with one simple swap that's so perfect for game day ahead of this big weekend. Big Fry Boerie Kebabs. This is Nature Boy certified, everybody.
It is indeed. It's the Big Fry Boerie that we are celebrating today. I absolutely love this. It's from Fry's, from the family. They've been doing such incredible stuff, especially when it comes to meat alternatives, and I absolutely love what they've got in this. So the boerie itself, it's got the taste, it's got the flavor, it's got the feel of a boerie, but it's a little bit healthier. And the awesome part about it...
A little bit way more healthier.
It's a lot healthier. No, definitely. And I was looking at the stats just to kind of figure out what's happening in the nutritional value side of things, especially me being an athlete, being very conscious. The stuff is awesome, Jamie. It's got 19 grams of protein per serving, number one. But it's not only the good stuff, it's also got less of the bad stuff. So it's got less cholesterol in it as well. So often with a lot of the meats that we eat, it's high in cholesterol, so it comes at a cost. This has kind of taken that cost out of it. So you're getting the best of both, getting all the flavor into it as well. I mean, what's not to love about it?
I love that. And it's also so simple to make. This recipe is easy. You can get the mans to cook and you just chop what is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So we have some green pepper, some tomato and some pineapple.
Yes.
And you can just play around with flavors, obviously, to complement your fry boerie.
So what I'm going to do is, I see you've already chopped yours up, so I'm just going to cut my fry boerie in half. Obviously, you can cut it smaller if you like. You can have a whole one on the stick as well. Doesn't really matter. It all kind of depends on how much fun you want to have. Meat on a stick. There was this one thing, jalapeno on a stick. Do you ever see jalapeno on a stick? It was this comedian that used to like...
Why does that sound so familiar?
You'll see it. I'll show you one day. Jalapeno on a stick.
Isn't that with the ventriloquist?
All right, so we're doing a boerie on a stick this time, though, and I've just cut it into like a smaller bite-size option because we're doing something fancy. We're making kebabs out of this, so we're also adding some of the good fruit and veg that you can get from a meal, and it's all on a stick. All right. So
are you going to be making this weekend? I'm coming over.
Okay, fine, deal.
You and Mal can do this. I will just come and
eat.
Yeah, I'll just tell you, no, I'll come and eat.
All right, cool. So it's nice and fun. It's really simple. I'll just grab something like the tomato to start off with as my first fruit or veg, and then pop one of the boeries on here, so the Big Fry Boerie onto that. Then you can pop
helping.
You're helping. Some
you can even
green
add
pepper.
some nice red onion to this. I think that would also just...
You can really get creative with this and have some fun with it as well.
Wait, the pineapple. You're going to put the pineapple at the end?
I'm going to put the pineapple afterwards. So I go like fruit or veg, meat, fruit or veg, meat, fruit or veg. There's a
method to this madness.
To the madness. So there we have one done, as simple as that. Let me just put it on this on the side over there. And then we move over to the griddle. So you get a couple of these going. You can have fun with this. If you have a braai, you could even maybe potentially like pretend it's a marshmallow and cook it over the flames.
No, because then it's going to be raw in the middle. No, leave it there, let it get...
But I've got the griddle on hot here already, and I'm simply going to place it on the pan, just like that.
So no spices, nothing?
No spices, nothing. You know why? The beautiful part about the Fries family as well is that they've included it all in the meat already. So you don't even need to baste this. You can if you want, but it's got all the infusions, it's got all the sensations, the herbs and spices, all that flavor that you generally get from the real thing.
I'm doing my own one.
This is the new real thing.
I'm doing my own one because I see already you're only putting one on there, and that's clearly not for me. So I'm going to be making my own one. But of course, you know why I love this is because you can get the kids involved as well. So Luca would love this.
You can have fun with it. You can get creative. I mean, you don't have to just stop at what we have here when it comes to our selection of fruit and veg. You can go wild and crazy. Like Jamie said, you can put some onion on it as well. I can imagine that turning out to be nice and, you know, just soft and kind of getting that saute feel. I think even a mushroom maybe would work.
Ooh,
Think about mushrooms on here.
Some aubergines as well.
Aubergine.
Look at me.
Aubergine.
But you don't need that because obviously it's plant-based. It has all the nutrition in the plant-based. Can you pop mine on as well?
Yes, man. Okay, I see what you did here. You little upgraded on me. Show off.
So just like a little bit of a starter of the fruits and the tomato, and then bam, that puri hits you in the middle. Boom.
Voila, simple as that, eh?
Yeah. ExpressoShow.com is where you can get your hands on this recipe. It is easy, it is simple, it is beautiful to make ahead of game day this weekend. Happy eating, everybody.
But we always find our way when we walk against the crowd.
Hungry?
With bags. My dad has a certain way of doing things.
Dad, hoe gaan dit by die werk?
Our Monati connects the family with unlimited home fiber from $3.99 per month.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Heartbreakingly, just one last little stanza to enjoy with you, and we're going to do it on the Expresso stage, where we have our performer this morning, rapper and songwriter, and just all-round awesome human being, youngster CPT. He's been delivering us tracks off his latest collab album with producer Shani J, titled Dreams Don't Pay Bills. Ain't that the truth? And he's now with vocalist, and she is making her debut, Nashlila, and she is about to take the lead in this single, which is quite spicy. It's Flambe.
You'll always be my flame, babe, 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 babe. How you like my flame, 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 flame. I think about you all day, 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 day. And I really can't wait, wait, wait to be with you again. Now, Shifa, what you say?
I've been holding you down, never messing around. You know that I love you, baby. You're the king of the town, I'ma give you the crown. When no one above you, baby. I'll be holding you down, never messing around. You know that I love you, baby. You're the king of the town, I'ma give you the crown. When no one above you, baby. You met me in my school dress.
That's right.
I pretended like I wasn't impressed.
Come on.
I swear I never met nobody like you.
Never.
You'd move the moon if I asked you to. You love my imperfections. You love my thick thighs.
Thick thighs.
No need for directions. You know just what I like.
What I like. Come
just in case you drop your crown, I'ma always be around.
Come on.
You're mine.
What's up?
You're mine.
What's up?
You're mine.
What you is?
You're my fam. Just in case you drop your crown,
Come on.
I'ma always be around.
Come on.
You're mine.
You're mine.
You're mine.
You're mine.
You're mine.
You're mine.
You'll always be my flame, babe, 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 babe. How you light my flame, 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 flame. I think about you all day, 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 day. And I really can't wait, wait, wait to be with you again.
Now, Shifa, what you say?
I'll be holding you down, never messing around. You know that I love you, baby. You're the king of the town. I'ma give you the crown. No one above you, baby. I'll be holding you down, never messing around. You know that I love you, baby.
I love you too.
You're the king of the town. I'ma give you the crown.
Come on.
No one above you, baby.
Youngster, caramel sundae in my sorbet. Candlelight dinner, chef made us gourmet. Shorty tastes like my strawberry shortcake. It's winter time and we both wearing North Face. And when I had the cold, you would fill the kettle up. You stayed down for me when I wasn't getting up. I pinky promise one day we gonna level up. The girls on my timeline, they will never measure up. My homies can't believe that I'm still with you. Loyalty and love, that's what I instilled in you. And your friends can't believe that you're still with me. They don't know I showed my feelings, vulnerability. Dang, whether your hair is curly or you straightening, you're the girl of my dreams, I'm not awakening. My mom's was a queen and she made a king. You the one to whom I'm catering.
You'll always be my flame, babe, 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 babe.
Come on,
babe,
come on,
babe,
come on.
babe. How you light my flame, 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 flame. I think about you all day, 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 day. And I really can't wait, wait, wait to be with you again.
Now, Shifa, what you say?
I'll be holding you down,
Come on.
never messing around.
Come on.
Know that I love you, baby.
Hands up, hands up.
You're the king of the town.
Nothing beats being free for breakfast with the team or having family brunches for life as it used to be. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
Now, Shifa,
You'll always be my flame, babe, babe, babe,